blood. Energy is not energy in blood. What's up, guys? Savage, Zabiri, football purist, we're back. Yeah, man. Zabiri, take over, blood. Zabiri, address the people, blood. I ain't got the energy, blood.
So you just forgot what I told you last stream, bro. You don't have the energy, but you're tight said we're gonna win the league. So this is our man winning the league. Oh, I don't have the energy. I can't. I don't expect I'm fasting. I don't care, blood. Grab a banana, man. Man said we're gonna win the league. It's football purist, and man showing up like some rainbow dancing that just marching, talking about I don't got the energy, bro. Did you just run a marathon? No. Did you just slap up Man United? No, bro. Wake up, man. Wake up, people. Welcome, you know what I'm saying? Certain man and that acting like, yo, you know what I mean? They better than everyone with their life and that, and now they talking about they ain't got the energy. Bro, drink some water, fam. We'll wait. You know what I'm saying? Moment of silence for the Manu fans, them. And Manu, while Savage, get his energy back in that. Bro, go do some calisthenics, jumping jack in the corner, man. Bro, we can't win the league with energy like this, bro.
That's why I'm tired. Bro,
wait a minute. Did you have a parade for the 3 preseason games? Is that what you're telling me? You just got back from the parade, bro.
Nah, bro. I tried to overthink things, bro. I ended all the streams and that, and I was like, yo, the right thing would be to jump in the shower now and go sleep and that. But instead of doing that, I had bare editing to do after. So I was like, okay, when I finished that, it was like 7 a.m. I was like, I might as well walk Pablo now because I would have walked him by now already.
Could you pan the camera to the wall where you're piecing all the clues that we're gonna win the league? Because it sounds like that's what.
Wait, the league's won, blood. The league's won, blood. I said what I said, man.
Man's moving like some mad scientist, you know. Yo, you seen the 66 minutes right here? If we tie that to this, like, is that how you penciled out the whole thing last night, bro?
Hey, man, listen. It's time for people to draw a line in the sand. You know them way there. It's time for man to lay their sword down and let it be known what's gonna happen this season.
What side bend the knee and that.
Yeah, bro. Man, let
Liverpool in that, bro.
Yeah, I mean, Zabiri, you've let it be known already, bro. I'm fine with dying on the hill, bro. It doesn't bother me. I don't know what this new thing is where everyone's scared to say something.
Yo, listen, man. There's a difference between dying on the hill and planting the victory flag on the hill.
That's very true.
You see what I'm trying to say? So if you're trying to die on the hill, that's calm, bro. Well, I'm trying to put that flag down. 4 flags for that matter. League Cup flag, FA Cup flag, Champions League flag, the League flag. You want to die? You can die down at the bottom of the hill, fam. The top of the hill is for the purists. The top of the hill is for Liverpool, bro.
So what you saying, bro? You quadding this season or you doing something else? But
you know my energy at all times, bro. It's quad till it ain't quadding. 4 wheels on the car. 4 wheels on the car, bro. Yeah, I'm getting to that finish line, even if it's 1 wheel. Even if it's no wheel, call a tow truck in. Let them tow us down there, bro.
I hear it.
That's my energy, bro. Oh, if that's not your energy at the start of the league, I don't know why you're watching the games. Why are you watching then? No. Tell me why you're watching.
That's big fact.
If you're telling me 0, if you're not saying quad at 0, you make no sense. I'm saying quad until it ain't quadded.
I hear it, bro. Because I ain't trying to date no girl that's not gonna be my girl, blood. You know them way there.
Bro, what's the point, bro? You know what man doing? You know what man doing? Tasting bike. I don't know if y'all got that in the UK. That's something in Jamaica where you pull up to the market, you're like, yo, can I get a taste? And then you taste it. And then certain men then got the peas, so they're like, yo, can I taste it? Go around tasting everything in the market, buy nothing. Bro, I don't do tasting buy, bro. No, I'm buying that, blood. I'm buying that, man.
You got G for the raid and that. Come on.
Yo, big up G, man. I was trying to jump in there, G, but I feel like he was gonna say something to rattle me, and then I didn't want to bring that energy over here. So for the peace and love, for the peace and love. Now I want G to know, and I want the people them over, coming over. I'm like, yo,
I respect it, bro. You know, I like it, bro, because obviously G's the homie for 1. 2, like he messaged me to jump on and that, but I had already put the stream up together in it, so I'm like, I'm not gonna talk about the same thing within like 5 minutes of each other. So I respect it. But what I respect more is the opposing view, blood. I think you're right. He might have said something to rattle you still.
No, you know the man them, bro. The man them always got that loose thing. Like your energy's rattling me, bro.
Yeah. I hear it still, but that's the good thing, bro, because you get to see both sides of the spectrum. It's different when you're fucking with people that you don't know if they're just doing the flip flop thing and trying to be popular and that. G means what he says, bro. So as long as man means what he says, I'm here for what everyone's opinion is, bro. And sometimes somebody might say something from a different point of view that makes you think, oh, you know what, blood? You really think of it from that angle still. I still think what I think, but
I ain't going front. I did jump in there, and as soon as I jump in, I got rattled.
What did he say when you jumped in?
Yo, let me tell you the analogy I have in my head. I don't know if because I was gonna come on this stream, so just bear with me, right? You know, in a tag team wrestling match, man jump in. As soon as he jump in, he gets slapped down, bro. Like that's the I jumped in a stream and man said, Nat Phillips, what are you doing here? You don't see City with Ben Carson in that.
Man said, oh shit, so you jumped in G stream like you Spike Dudley in that, bro, and got super kicked out of the ring, blood. I hear it still. If one's moderating Devon's in the match, blood, tagging spiking is a downgrade, bro. You ain't trying to hear that.
When I jump in when the man was cooking up not like cooking him like yo, he alright to me. It was just like, yo, why is man doing it? And I was just like, gee, but the man didn't put a foot wrong. You know what I'm trying to say? Like,
I hear it.
Nah, you ain't gotta apologize, G. I just want you to know it was just the take. I was just like, bro, I'm thinking G's gonna come in, maybe play a bit of neutral, try to win the fans over to maybe letting them go, but not quite dissing them.
Oh, you think G Switzerland, bro? He ain't playing no neutral, bro. He ain't Switzerland, bro. Man is Germany, blood.
Nah, but I want to hear the rest of his takes. I just, like I said, the Nat one made me realize, like, I probably shouldn't be here, bro. You know what I mean? But nah, big up G every time, man. I rate his takes, man, and he's dying on that hill. Whatever hill he say he's dying on, he's with that, and I rate that as well.
Yeah, to be fair, G sounds comfortable with how the football and that's going to be and all that stuff, so that's a positive.
Yeah, we'll get to it. Were you comfortable during this game?
It's a weird situation. I was comfortable in that Liverpool wasn't going to lose the game. But for me, bro, there was too much. We wasn't in control of the game enough, bro. So the scoreline will suggest that it was better than the Arsenal game and the thingy game, but to me, it wasn't, bro. There wasn't much control, and every time, remember, to be fair as well, I'll be honest, I had three matches on it. Well, I had wrestling stream on football and El Clasico on at the same time, and so I was trying to watch the Liverpool game, and every time, bro, I just kept seeing like the turnover of the ball from our mistakes, though, not because Man U was doing anything too special. And luckily they weren't very potent at the top of the pitch, bro, because it could have been a lot different. So for me, I didn't really like that. I felt like you've been able to see over the 3 games now what can go right, what can go wrong, where's going to be important to get right and stuff like that. And I felt like the turnover of the ball, we look a bit susceptible to a chance, and we did, because the goalkeeper's part of the squad, so they have to do their job anyway. But they made quite a few saves, bro. So, and some of them were really decent saves as well for both keepers, and that. It was like 4 saves each, but they were proper saves, bro. So I don't know, man. I don't know how comfortable you were. Like I said, I never felt like if this was a Premier League game, it would be a game where I was always sure that Liverpool was going to get the 3 points, but I wasn't sure that we'd keep a clean sheet. But we did somehow. So, you know what I mean? Can't complain. What about you?
Comfortable in the fact of enjoying what I'm seeing and loving what I'm seeing. Comfortable to the point where these men were pressing us high. I think you can damn near call it 50-50 with the possession. Yeah. I think it might have been like 47-53, but it was a 50-50 type of game. And one of our longest rivals, it's preseason, but that's basically going back and forth. We're pressing them high, they pressing us high, and some of the chances they create, I'm not saying like, I was backing the keepers to make all of them save. I was impressed with the keeper making all of them save.
Same.
I'm kind of interested to see what some of the narrative is going to be, because no one is talking about how they were getting in. Like, that wasn't even a thing. So it's almost like, I'm not saying we were defensively poor, but if you think about it, they had 8 shots on target, required 4 mid to decent saves.
Yeah.
that should be concerning. Like, we shouldn't just rest on that and go, yo, we slapped them man 3-0, so it's all good. No, it's not all good. Why did the man got 8 opportunities to shoot on the target like that?
Exactly.
You see what I'm trying to say? So that it's not screaming we need a defender, but it should be something we keep and go, yo, a better team with 8 shots on target like that could be trouble. You know what I'm trying to say? Could be trouble. So,
yeah, it does give off that kind of vibe. Like, you don't want to go overboard with it, but that's what preseason's for, and it's identify.
But I was comfortable with what I was seeing like at the top of the pitch, and certain patterns of play was decent, and even like some of the defensive woes, like you can clearly see the man was about throwing people off, keepers was standing in his bag and saving, so it wasn't really much to worry about there, man. Any standout performances for you in this game?
No. Nah, I just thought everyone was good on it. There wasn't nothing what was like, oh, didn't see that coming. But I don't mind that.
Really?
Team performance. I didn't
bro, those 2 moments where to your point, I didn't see that coming, bro. Yaros on the pitch, 6 minutes, 4 shots. Like, yo, man saved all 4 of them, bro. Man saved all 4 of them, bro. I'm like,
you know what? To
your point, I'm like, didn't see that coming.
Yeah.
Next thing I didn't see coming. Carvalho got the ball in the box, and I looked around at him. And I'm like, nothing's on, bro. The man said, "Watch me." Twist up on man and banged it in, bro. I'm like, didn't see that coming.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean? So
I see that. Man,
in press moments, you're right. Nothing really stood out, but as far as didn't see certain things coming, bro, some of the passes, bro, in the game, I was like, yo, wait, man, find that, bro.
Yeah, I like the patterns of play and stuff. And to be fair, Carvalho did send man and make him do the Black Lives Matter meeting, but Casemiro. And the keeper, that's true. That's true, because I don't know much about him, so I guess he did impress, but man, listen, man.
Can you lift this title? Because you gave me a title. I don't remember if it was on stream or off stream, bro. You talk, man, Carrios still proving otherwise, bro. I'm gonna need you to fix that up still, bro.
I can't do that because Carrios was this good before he started.
Man, I don't feel like how you ready put him man in that Carrios back.
Carrios was better than him still. So until he gets into real games and that, I can't really judge it in that, bro. Like that, man. Yeah, I hear it though. Man doing the preseason Petr Cech thing. I hear it, blood, but this, you know what I mean? I rate it though. Allow it, blood. Like this, the reason why you didn't notice because this is I only used this one today, innit? This is the one you're normally used to seeing is this one, but Missy Bo's left now. She gone to Villa, blood, so I had to cancel her out today, blood. You know them way there, bruv. Can't have no Villa player on there, but yeah, man. I don't know, blood. It's not. I just want to start the season, bro. I don't want us to use up all our, you know how the Monsters use up all the powers and that, blood, and Space Jam and that, blood. I want us to use it in the real games, bro. I want to use it in these pretend games, blood. And then when you get to Ipswich and that, and they bop us off the park, I ain't trying to see that, blood. But yeah, I mean, man's in the title of the video. Still, we're gonna win the league, and I know everyone's like, "This Savage geezer's crazy," but I didn't tell you what league, bro. The Champions League is what I think we're gonna win, blood. You know, like that. I think we're gonna win. I said it. Competition and that. New format, round robin, top 8 go through to the, you know what I mean? And for me, once Liverpool get through to like round 16 of competitions, bruv, I'm always Liverpool through and through, bruv. I don't care who we play, blood. So, but when we had the last video and we spoke about the positives and then what could possibly go, bruv, to be fair, the same thing that I thought would be a problem was a problem, but that doesn't mean it's going to be a problem going forward. But I said, Kanate in this spot, it'd be interesting to see what he's like on the ball. Because it takes him to get the ball out of his feet. Sometimes he gets stuck under his feet. He did, bruv, and he looked a bit shaky still.
It's his first game back, though.
So. It's his first game back, exactly. So that's what I'm saying. I didn't want to feed into it too much, but that is what I was already expecting.
Some of his passing from that moment, like what you're talking about, boy, they weren't really great as well. So he was, I wouldn't say the culprit of most of our turnovers, but he was looking a little weak. To your point.
That's true. That's true. What was your overview of the game though? Do you just think decent, good, very good?
So
Man,
I did a watch along with Grizz, and so me and him was watching a game. We're talking about certain things. We didn't really run any type of crazy agenda, but one agenda that really stuck early. I'm talking about before the game even went off. I was telling him, same question. I was like, "Yo, Carvalho, first game, wasn't sure if it was tactics the way he was isolated on the left wing. Second game." We saw a bit of footwork. We saw a great run for a goal, and he was making some great runs. And in this game again, twisting man up and banging it in. So it's almost like, okay, I definitely see some improvements there. But the chat and Grizz was like, nah, man, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, Grizz, if we're saying certain men can be dead for 75 minutes and turn up with 2 goals in 2 games, why we can't apply that to Carvalho? And at the end of the game, man was telling me like, yo, Salah, I was telling him I'm not really impressed with Salah. And man was like, you mad, bro? It's 3 games, 2 assists, 1 goal. And I'm like, yeah, but what did he do in the game? He played 180 minutes in all 3 games. And yes, he has 2 assists and 1 goal. Carvalho played the same minutes and he has 2 goals, bro. So how are we splitting hairs and saying Carvalho isn't good enough? And then we're going to say Salah's line up the place. Really and truly, man had 0% dribbles, successful dribbles in the first game. Don't think he had any in the second game. And he was 50-50 in this game. So for me, that's kind of where I'm at with it. There's some young talent. There's some young talents coming through. And there's some experienced talent that haven't really, set the place on fire, bro. Like, we can't just do the numbers thing for one guy and then exclude the numbers off the other guy. Curtis was late run. I appreciate the late run. I appreciate the energy getting there. Rate him for his goal and his contribution. But the double pivot, we're gonna need to really iron that down. And I'm looking to see that in the next game. I think that's the only area of worry for me, that double pivot. We need to shore up that double pivot. It's
weird though. It's like, because we know less information than the manager, it's always awkward when we have these conversations because you're right. I agree with you 100%. But then I'm like, surely the manager would have an idea of what he's going to do by now. But then I'm like, well, kind of an idea because his main players ain't even come back yet. Well, they haven't. Some of them are back, but they ain't played in that. So you are right because it seems like, well, it's not seems like, for that kind of formation, it's the most important place on the pitch, bro. And I don't know, getting it right and getting it wrong I don't know what personnel they're going to use in there.
Yeah, because if it gets right, it helps the attacking transition and even like some late runs possibly.
Yeah.
If it goes wrong, you can definitely see teams playing through us like that play. I think it came like just off the right hand side of Man United on our left side. That's where one of your double pivots should be, to be cutting that out. I mean, Yara saved it, but the double pivot will be very crucial in our attack going forward and just closing off the middle, man. You know what I'm saying? Covering the center backs and supporting the fullback. So we have to definitely get it right.
Well, listen, chat. I don't know if you know it, bro, but man is acting director of the Curtis Defense League, bro, and I don't like how my I don't like how my chat's being swamped with CJ fraud. Bro. Let the man live, bro. I wish CJ never spoke now, because I'm always an advocate of speaking. You know what I mean? Let it be known and that, bro. But ever since he opened his mouth, bro, man, I just
Savage. G, I know you put that up there, G, and this is one of them ones where me and you will step for step we're on the same tone. We're not calling CJ the creator, and we're not saying CJ the cleaner. So he ain't cleaning up nothing. All we're saying is CJ the presser. And you coined this phrase. There's certain men, they run up on you like they're finna press the shit out of you, but they don't really finish it. There's no end product to the pressing. So is CJ doing that fake pressing thing then, bro?
He's the best presser in the team, bro. I ain't hearing that.
Well, we'll see. That's what G said on fraud.
To be fair, everyone's right to talk about the games they're watching, but then when they do the fraud watch thing, you're you can't be just going off these 2 games, bro, because then you're out like he doesn't press in normal games. Of course he does.
No. It's from the
So
3 games.
It has to be a collective.
No. But from the 3 games, the first one it was only 8 minutes, 10 minutes. All right, let that slide. The second game, what I'm trying to say, Szoboszlai put more tackles in. Gravenberch put more tackles in. It's not an indictment on him. What I'm saying is, what is CJ doing outside of pressing? The late run for the goal, calm. I'll give him that, right? Because that was also one of his traits.
His passing actually goes under the radar, bro. Because he very rarely. Okay, bro. Listen, you're a stat guy. That go check yourself, bro. And I don't even check stats.
No.
I bet you his passing percentage is high as shit, bro.
No. I'm with you with the passing, but did you see Trey whipping a long cross over?
No, bro. I'm not. Okay, I'm going to let it be known, bro. This is what I'm not doing this anymore, bro.
We can't rate man for the 5 yards and the 3 yard pass.
I'm not rating him for the 5 yard. Okay, but if that's the case, then don't diss Szoboszlai for the 5 yard pass. He's getting them wrong. Then I'm saying we're trying to talk about
Szoboszlai on that, but I hear you.
We're trying to talk about CJ, and you brought up another player straight away, bro. They've got nothing to do with each other.
But tell me, what is CJ bringing to the team?
I just told you, bro. He's a great passer. But yeah, it's a football match, bro. So if you can pass the ball, it's very, very much needed, especially in this system as well. I hear that everyone does the hanging on the ball for too long, and that there's a positive and negative to that, and depending on what the manager wants.
Yeah.
If the manager wants people to move the ball quicker and progress up the pitch a lot faster, then it's a negative that CJ's holding on to the ball too long. If it's to try and take control of the midfield and keep the ball, well, then it's a positive. You know what I mean? I just think that, like, this thing where, like, I don't like the fact that you brought up another player straight away, bro, because that player.
No. I'm not bringing up a player to bring down this player. I'm giving you an example. Like, I can say a player and say what he brings. CJ is slowly going into a gray area that is not suiting him, bro. He's been here for far too long for us not to say definitively what man is doing, bro.
No,
does that make sense?
I agree with that.
So that is why I bring up another player, not to compare them. Thank you, Pops. Big up yourself, by the way. Hope you're well. You see this comment here, knocking men who have over 100 games. So you have over 100 games, and on 101, we can't say what you're definitively known for outside of pressing, which is not a successful press like he pressed man and tackle man, and passing, which is, if you're a footballer, you should be able to pass the ball.
When you said successful press, you're talking about these games, bro, only. Because you can't be telling me that in the league.
Yeah, but I'm measuring them off this preseason. So me and the new manager is seeing the same thing, bro. So when G said he's on fraud watch, is he pressing, and every press, the possession get turned over?
Do you think Slot's only going to watch the games in preseason and ignore everything they've done for the club already?
No. The point I'm trying to bring here, Savage, is we're talking about this game, and then in the right, a collective of samples that we've seen from this preseason. So like I said, we'll take the first game off because you only had 10 minutes. Okay. So for the 2 games, right, and this game included, from what we've seen of CJ is great press, and to your point, he's good passing. So what does that?
I don't know why you're putting faces when you say passing, bro. It's a football, bro.
But I didn't see any whippage. I didn't see any 20, 30 yarder.
Okay, this is fine, yeah, but this is where your love for the game and what you like is coming into play when you talk, and you do this all the time when you talk about CJ.
But that's what. So what should I talk about?
What? It's not about you.
Talk about me.
It's not about you.
Okay, so what does CJ bring to the team?
I'm not doing this again, bro. I'm not doing this again, bro. I'm saying every time especially when you talk about CJ, bro, you always bring up the first thing it always says to me about CJ. It always brings up something to do with the range of passing. Yeah, I don't really see him spraying the ball. That's what you're gonna tell me, bro. You know it's wrong, bro.
Hey, by the way, this is the president of the CJ Defense League, if you didn't know. So be careful what you're saying about CJ around this man, bro.
No, you do know what the thing is. I don't think he's been dope in preseason. I think he's had the first game, nothing happened. He got come off the pitch pretty fast, but he was just all right before that. The second game, I just thought he was good. That's it. And then this one, I thought it was average. So it's not like I think he's great, but I don't like the extremist business in it. Man, you are moving like Bin Laden and that blood. It's either like you're either taking down Twin Towers and that blood, or you God bless America, bro. Like it has to be some in between, bro.
You said just a regular man taking a train and that, just going about life, bro. All right, I hear it, man. I hear it. But for me,
like, look, at Leicester, I don't think Jones has impressed Slot in his games that he's played so far. How do you know?
maybe because
if he's not impressed you, that's fine.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying. I feel like a lot of fan is left wanting. And to G's point, if I haven't seen what I need to see from my player that I'm supporting on my team, I'm gonna put him on fraud watch. I have to look at him and go,
I hear it. That's fine.
So that's what G's saying, and that's what a lot of the fans are feeling. You know, I've been saying that about his passing. So
I hear it, because even Reverend Knight said we've seen this story before many years of giving CJ a chance. All I'm saying is, what my point is, I don't think everyone's wrong. And to be fair, you're speaking, everyone else is speaking, and not all of you are thinking from the same standpoint. Some of the people are doing the agenda thing. Some people really mean what they said. Some people have just heard a few things and just go with that. You know what I mean? So I hear it, that's fine. And that. My point is, there's been a couple of games, it's 3 games, and some things sound so extreme that I'm like, okay, when the season finished and we've been doing all the analysis going forward and how we think the season's going to go through and what we want and that, if you wasn't already mentioning this and you're mentioning it off the back of these games, you're a fraud, bruv. If you was already mentioning it, safe. And to be fair, because before anyone goes, I'm defending him, I said the same thing about all the other players. When we did the last video, when I did the video of Ends as well, I said if someone's changed their mind on I said Sabazla actually. I said if you change your mind, if you was one of these people that Sabazla shit, 100% is shit, blah blah blah, and you change your mind off the preseason game against Arsenal, you're a fraud, bruv. Because there ain't no way that these games are good enough to change your whole mind on a player. Now, Carvalho is a little bit different because he's not.
And Sepp as well.
Yeah, because these are not players who have been in Liverpool's squad constantly. They've been away. So for them, it's like, oh, I thought he was completely shit. Especially more Sepp than anyone because he's been away and he was a kid and now he's a man. So it's like, okay, was really people just being harsh on him before because he was young? You didn't really see much of him anyway, and unless you was watching Mind, you don't know what's been going on. So you kind of only have these preseason games to go off, and them ones you kind of have to make an educated guess on it because it's either okay, he looks good in these preseason games, but then the season starts and it's whack. Okay, you don't know what you know what I mean. It's one of them ones. But I think it both ways, and it's like for example, I have not changed my opinion on Harvey based on these games. Bare people have. And when I mean bare people, I saw like as soon as he made the dink in the last game, and you know what I mean, and the pass to blah blah. It's oh my god, he has to play in the 10. Well, if you didn't think that before those games, how is preseason good enough to change your mind on that, bro?
I mean, actually, I feel like he's still gonna do the off the bench thing for me still. I hear your point. I hear your point. I hear your point. It's just seeing man running around like Pop said over 100 games, bro. That's too many moments, appearances.
I hear it. That's
for you not to say this is me.
No, I brother, honestly, I hear it, bro.
And the fact that you're not saying this is me, bro.
I hear it. I'm always doing the context thing and that, and I always believe that up until now, even though nobody wants to hear it, and that's fine. You know what I mean? You're allowed to still be fed up. There was context with Jones when it comes to the stop-start career, blood. There always has been. And I was on that until the start of the previous season. But then the same thing happened again. The same thing happened. So before it was all the not weird injuries, but he had the eye injury and then the COVID, and then he was out, and then he came back. And then we had then we had a whole season of everyone being terrible, and he was out, and then he comes back in. And then towards the end of the season, the last 10 games is all of a sudden when everyone's like, this is the Jones wanted to see the whole time. Because that's when and I remember because you came on and you started giving him goals about, yeah, this was great today, but I want to see this many goals and this many assists by the end of the season. And he did what you said that time in the 10 games, bro.
Yeah, but he didn't do the passing thing. Just put that.
No. But he did. But by the stats, you gave goals and assists what you wanted him to get. With what was left.
And I said the passing as well. So he did everything.
But this is the thing.
Why you not saying that part, bro?
No, because the passing is just what you like. It ain't required, bro.
Yeah. So you gotta put that in there.
If a 5-yard pass is on, the crossfield, because it's the same thing that people cross Trent for. It's like the Hollywood pass is on and Trent plays it, and sometimes you're like, so that's not a requirement. But what is a requirement from based on what you're saying as a player? And he got it, and then the new season started. He started off well, but he wasn't that many games. Got sent off against Spurs, came back after the 3-game ban, then got injured, and then he was bit part for the rest of the season. And then the new season is this season. So it's not that I'm trying to make an excuse. I'm just saying there's and I can do it with for a lot of players as well. There's always context, but I do agree with you. It does feel like not based on these games though. I can't do it based on it. It does feel like it's 2 steps forward, 1 step back, so he ends up in the same spot. And if you keep doing that, you just end up being, you know what I mean? Once he does something well for a little bit, the injury comes or he's out of the squad. And then when he comes back.
Yeah, it's like that Brighton game. Remember, was it Brighton? Remember, he was having a good run of games on the left, and then was it a meaty back pass? Something happened in that Brighton game where we're just like, CJ, come on, man. You know, because he was building up the trust of the fans. And then the Brighton game happened. It was just like, bro. So, but once again, to my point, and I feel like some of the people I'm in the chat and the community point is he's not certified as far as like, yo, this is him. You know what I'm trying to say? So
I agree. I definitely agree with you on that. Yeah. I'm not joking. But and also not just him, with this new formation and the new manager and that, I'm kind of struggling to be like, okay, forget whether this is him or not, with some of the other players like Gravenberch and that, I need to know what the manager's trying to do with them so I can actually judge them on what they're supposed to do now. Because the TJ that I was talking about just with the last 10 games, that's when he was bursting into the box and that, bro. And then he got a bit of confidence. Then he scored a goal against West Ham when he ran through all the players and that. He's not going to do that from double pivot, bro. So I need to know: is the manager trying to play him there? I don't know what he's going to do. There's a 10 spot. Who's that reserved for? Harvey? I don't know. So I have to wait. But I do appreciate what everyone's saying because I don't think everyone's saying anything mad. But like I said, some of you sound like extremists, bro, and you should be on not fraud watch. You should be on the FBI watch, but. I hear it, man. What did you think of the goals anyway? The goals in the game. Obviously, CJ got one. Carvalho got one as well.
Shimmy got the last one. Yeah.
I like the build-up of Tsimikas' one, to be honest. I know that he ended up being a tapping, but the build-up was good, man.
Yeah. Simi, for me, is refreshing because my source is Grizz. Don't know what his source was. Context.
Your sauce, blood. What barbecue?
No. Wait. Context. I'm just letting you know where I got the information from, and I don't know where he got the information from. So I just want to put that out there. So take it however you want to take
let me. Right? I can already guess where we're going with this, bro.
Man said
you're gonna tell me some outstanding attribute that Tsimikas has got that we don't know about, but he knows. Go on, tell me that he's great.
Man said no. Man said he witnessed Tsimikas' strength in real life, and I'm like, Tsimikas being strong, and he was like, yeah, man. And I talked to, I forgot who he said he talked to, and he was like, yeah, man, Tsimikas is a problem, man.
Man's living off that Traore propaganda, blood.
No. But I tied it to the Traore thing. So I'm like, yo, if you're saying he's strong, it makes sense why he was the only man to you know, I'm trying to say, give Traore a hard time. Because for the longest, we couldn't comprehend why Tsimikas was giving that man a hard time.
No, he locked him up. But
But I know it was one game, but what I'm trying to say is none of us can explain why he can lock that guy up but struggled against other men. So if it was just down to that Greek goddess or God's strength, it made sense. You know what I'm trying to say? So I'm like, wow, well, okay, I hear you, Grizz, but I'd never associated strength with Tsimikas. And he was like, nah, man, I've seen him proper strong guy, blah, 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 blah. And seeing him in these moments, it's kind of like CJ analysis where you're saying he takes, 2 steps forward, 1 step back. So at some point, he even end up back in the same place where he wins you over, lets you down, win you over, let you down, and the in and out of the team, not getting that right run of games. You're like, raw, man, So for me, it's something to work with. Is it definitive, like, yo, this is him going forward? It could be, as long as he keeps improving and doesn't fall out the team for like little niggles or injury. I think it's something to work with and build on. Is he better than Robbo? I don't know. I haven't seen where Robbo's at to date. But if Robbo can't displace him, that's more of an indictment on Robbo, not on Simi. And if we're going to get someone in the team, I'd rather someone better than Simi. And if we're not going to go that route, I would say we build from what Tsimikas is doing. I think it's something to build with. I love the energy.
I think it's a fair enough statement. Can I ask a question? How did you feel about Tsimikas before preseason?
No, what I'm saying now is always, or what I said just now is how I always felt about it. I always felt like, yo, give him the run of games, but it's impossible when we have a guy like Robbo. To Pop's point, we've seen what Robbo can do. Does he always do it? No. Does he always have clinical finishes when he gets on the moment or in the box and stuff like that? No. Known for a great cross. You see what I'm trying to say? So Robbo is, I'm not saying Simi has those things, but we trust Robbo. It's that trust thing once again. Simi was that new project. We never really gave him an opportunity to really prove himself and earn the trust. So he was always in the area where we think Jones is going to be falling into of, bro, you've been here far too long for us not to trust you. That's the same thing with Simi. The difference is Simi haven't gotten the run that Jones got. So seeing him in the preseason and running right through, I'm like, you know what, Simi? You're not too bad, you know, because we've always said the same thing. Every time he gets a run of games, he wins us over, bro. Then he gets injured, or, you know what I'm saying, picks up some illness, and it's like the run's over, or Robbo comes back, and then the run is over. So
I only asked that, not trying to catch you out, because that's the question I'd ask people.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
I assume that that was your thought on that, because every time you've always said, when you come to selling a player, you've always said Salah Robbo. You never said that about Tsimikas. The rest of the people in the chat, even like from the last game, man, I've seen Bear man just saying get rid of Tsimikas, bro, and everyone's changed their mind again, bro. But for me, my opinion stayed the same on Tsimikas. I've liked him the whole time. I think most of the time I feel it's unjust the flack he gets, unless you just don't like him as a player. That's fine, isn't it? But when people trying to when they're trying to give like games of where these things have happened, and I'm like, but that never happened, bro. This geezer's, I like him. He's good, man. Like, he's not had enough games to where he's been shit, brother. And when he does have a run of games, it always seems to be good to me. So I don't know. It's one of them, and I think if you're, I wouldn't want to sell Robert, but if you're the higher ups and stuff like that, and you're looking at the way this kind of team's going to play, and the way the manager's going to utilize everyone and stuff, and then you look at the age of the players, and then injuries and stuff like that, you just buy a better left back and then keep Tsimikas and let him fight out with that, and then sell Robertson 1 year. But
and also, I think a lot of fans know, no disrespect to Robbo, but a lot of our fans know Simi is actually more comfortable on the ball, as far as like not bombing forward, but just like give Simi the ball. Simi's more comfortable than Robbo is, because once you give Robbo the ball, he does that, put it on the left, and I'm gonna shimmy, and then I'm either gonna kick it past man and run down there, or I'm gonna do some wild cutting. But the cutting isn't cutting in where he can make a right foot pass. It's just I'm just gonna cut into that space and then just do something with the left foot. So Robbo is very one-dimensional and direct off the left, and to be honest, he does master that, and he had that in his bag. Simi's a bit more dynamic as far as playing wise and build-up play and what he can do on the ball. And defensively, he's not too bad either, man. And like I said, Grizz brought up the strength thing, and it's not something I associate the man with. But hey, I got one evidence of it with Traore, and you know, I mean, it sticks. So if we're gonna overhype Tsimikas as being a problem left back, you know what, man? I'm with it, man. I'm with it. Big up Tsimikas as well.
Hey, man. Real Griezmann, but I need to know where the source came from.
No, I mean, I think he said it. You know what? I'll go scour down the source as well, man. I think it was like an interview. I don't know who was getting interviewed, but that's what man said, man. Running with it.
All right, man. Safe. Linked with new left back, aren't we? Julio Salah. I don't know. I've not seen any links in that. The only transfer stuff I saw today was Southampton offered 15 mil for Carvalho, and we turned it down. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I think the same thing I said to you, man, and everyone that I'm talking to. We need to stop undervaluing our players. Carvalho should not leave Liverpool for anything less than 25 mil.
Based on what though?
Based on a few
just business.
Yeah.
He ain't done anything in football to a price tag.
Well, done anything in football to warrant a price tag is also a myth. We've seen men move.
No, you're right.
You see, so my point once again is, let's put our own value on the player. And if teams don't think they're worth that, fine, we'll show you that they're worth that. And next time you come back around, we'll put in another 10 on that. So that's what I'm saying. If man ain't coming up here with 25 mil in that, bro, nah, we ain't selling him, bro. And we're gonna show you that he was worth 25 mil. Oh, I think he's worth 25 mil. Now he's worth 40. Like, we need to start doing that. We can't just be undervaluing our players, man. Because people are saying, oh, they haven't done anything. I've seen man move for 175 and ain't done nothing in football, bro. I mean, so we definitely have to start standing on that as well, bro.
I don't know if 15 mil's undervalued, but I guess if it's
but what you're gonna say is that's his value, so we should take the money.
I don't know. Like, I don't normally know the thing where like people know what people's value is of transfer market, all these different things and that. I'm just saying, if I never saw that Southampton bid, and I said, how much do you think somebody would try and buy Carvalho for? Like, what?
I would still say 25.
I would say between 15 and 20 mil. That's what I would say.
Now, I think that is actual value, but we can't just be selling man at value. That's my.
No, but I'm saying, why is that his actual value anyway? Because he ain't done anything, bro.
What did Anthony do before he went to Man United?
Won the league of Ajax.
And then we're just gonna be like, yo, because he won the league, he's a 70 mil player.
Well, yeah, that's normally how it works, bro.
Yeah, but that's an Ajax. So he won the league in Ajax, and that warrants 70 mil.
Yeah, but you don't rate that league, and I don't particularly care about it. But in the terms of football, it's a trophy, isn't it? Like, it's the same league what slots come from.
So didn't Carvalho win the championship with Fulham? Didn't Fulham win that season?
No.
Got him promoted. He was balling out down there. Yeah, it was balling out down there.
Yeah, but that's the league. That's the second league, bro.
Yeah, I'm saying, man.
So you value. I get it. I'm not saying that he shouldn't be worth it. Obviously, if I'm in business, I'm gonna try and get more money for him and that. Okay, Beja said his market value is 14 mil.
Yeah, so if it's 14, why we're taking 15? That's what I'm trying to say, bro.
No, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. I'm just going off the talent.
No, but when you said 15 or 20, in my mind, I'm thinking actual value. But we can't just be letting man go at actual value. See what I'm trying to say?
Yeah. Oh, that makes sense. If you thought that was the actual value, and then you see that price,
bro, we need to stop selling the man them at actual value and sell them at our value. That's all I'm saying, bro. So a man telling me, yo, 10, 15 for Endo, yeah, that's actual value. So let's let man go for 100, bro. I mean, not 100, I mean 20.
Yeah, because it's a weird way to find out the market unless you're actually doing the business. Because I always go, okay, well, you try and look at the players who are in and around the same talent or same teamish, or you know what I mean, like the age range and that. I don't know how much Archie Gray does leave Leeds for, and he had a great season and all that, but it's still, you know what I mean, it's on promise and potential at the end of the day. You gotta get it wrong. Brand Freight 33 wants to buy La Liga side. What? Oh, okay. Shit, freaking hell. Care about Brand Freight blood. I don't know, man. Keep him in it.
Oh yeah, I think it's the U.S. Sun. Is that a U.S. thing? I might have to look into this, bro. Anyway, it says Liverpool target Olympics a Sulia Sola, 19-year-old in a 13 million transfer to become long-term Andrew Robertson replacement. So you see, for this, I'm an employer purely reacting off this.
Yeah.
If this is the case, it's gonna fall into the category where I was with Endo, not comparing players, just showing you the same sentiment. If we have Simi, who was saying, you know what, he ain't too bad, and then we said we're gonna replace Robertson with the future Robertson.
Yeah, it's
not a bad idea to say, let's Simi run until this guy gets up to speed. It's not a bad sentiment, but if you think about it, from a right now perspective, we're gonna go, is Simi enough to win the league and Champions League? I certainly think Tsimikas is, but how would the fans take that? Because I feel like they were like, yo, man, cheapskating, which it isn't cheapskating if you have a plan. And the plan is, let Simi run for 2 to 3 years till this 19-year-old gets up to speed. If we're saying this 19-year-old is the guy. You see what I just did there? So it's not a bad prospect. It's only going to be bad when Simi fails, or if Simi fails. So Tsimikas doesn't fail, and Tsimikas can take the mantle and get us over the line till this 19-year-old reach like 23, 24 and can take over for another 6 years. I think this is how football should be.
I do as well. I think from the fan base thing, it's almost the fan base is just on the edge at the moment. I don't really blame them. It's not. I don't have to agree with them to understand. The unknown is killing people in it, and they've already got the unknown with the manager. But with the players, it should be an unknown with the players because, well, it shouldn't be an unknown because you've got experience of the players, but it is an unknown because they're under a new system and stuff like that. And I think a lot of people are going in, which is fair enough. They're going in there with the preconceived idea of how they already play, whereas you're not going to play the same minute. So it's almost like for some fans, it's like, nah, it's one season too many. No, I'm not giving everyone another chance because I want to get straight back to the pinnacle. And then for other people, which I probably fall into the category, I'm not mad at giving people a chance. If I think you're completely dead and it doesn't matter what manager comes in, then that's a little bit different. But I don't think we have any players that are not talented, bro. You know what I mean?
And that's the thing. But are we gonna wait for some of them to? Because some of the talents, it's a bit spotty. It's here and there, right?
Yeah.
So we have to wait for that talent to become consistent, like your Carvalho's.
Yeah. Because
like Beck. Like Beck. So
they don't want to be a bit part player. Bexley, I think someone tried to buy Beck yesterday. I think for a decent price. I think they'll sell him.
Yeah. So what I'm trying to say is, some of these talents that we do have, they're not like consistently burning through, where you're like, oh God, we gotta release him, or release him as far as let him get in the pitch, let him get in the team.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, we can use that, but we can't use it week in, week out. So then that player kind of get, struggles as far as game time is concerned, as far as like the Carvalho thing is there. So it's one of them ones, man. So do we let him on loan or do we sell him permanently? You know what I mean? It's one of them ones, man.
Yeah, it kind of depends how much left back we got. Chambers is highly rated by the fans and the club. See, when people put statements like this, I don't know where you got it from, but all the fans I know don't rate him. So
I don't rate them.
Yeah. So when people say
I rate them, but not highly.
People say if someone's highly rated by the club, and I'm like, am I not part of the club now? Am I not part of the fans because I don't rate him?
I mean, you did call a fan base.
But the thing is,
Osama bin Laden.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. No, because when remember last season we had the Europa League games and we played him. I think we played Chambers and it was Chambers and Bradley or Chambers and Beck or one of, and they were terrible, bro. And I remember man just like, nah, he's just not it, bro. And sometimes, bro, like you see this stop-start thing we're doing. See, when we just said about Carvalho, a little bit different. We're talking about these guys and that. I'm like, blood, how do you expect to be that kind of club? You've got to sell people, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You got to sell them, bro. Like surely there's going to be the odd rough, you know what I mean? The rough diamond where you're like, I think he might be able to do something in the future. And there's going to be some that's just like, you're a good footballer. You're a really good footballer, bro. But being a really good footballer doesn't mean you're Liverpool worthy, bro. Like you have to, as you said, don't undervalue the players. Don't undervalue the club. If you think the club is this club where it's like, should be at the pinnacle, actually, not think it is. We literally are one of the most successful clubs in ever, bro. But it's going to dwindle and we're just going to become that club where it's always about history and never about anything in the present. Sometimes the romanticism of it has to go and you're like, I like that player, but you got to go, bro. I like that player, but I think we might have to sell him if there's a good value there for him. You know what I mean? Like, I don't particularly want to get rid of Joey. I like him. I really do. But when I saw the thing the other day, it was like 40 million. I'm like, you're never, bro, I don't think anyone's ever going to put that money in there for him again. Maybe 45, but I don't.
I'll take that. I'll take that 40 because if I'm not taking that 40, is he gonna add another 20 with his performance and am I gonna even use him long enough for him to up that? So
that's my point. He's going to drop by. You keep him for another season, then he decides to leave next season. The value's going to drop again because he's not going to play enough games unless everyone all of a sudden gets injured. But if everyone gets injured, then you won't sell him because you're going to want to keep him, and then you're going to turn into Nat Phillips. You're still here, big up Nat. But you know what I mean. So Chambers will never be Liverpool standard. Why is my Pablo? Hey, bro, I ain't trying to hear it today, blood. Relax, man. Man got stream brain and that, blood. Chambers will never be standard. Yeah, championship level. I hear it, man. Yeah, it's Wigan. That's who it was. It was Wigan who's on loan. One of them's gone out already, isn't it? Or is it Beck who's gone on Chambers? One of them's gone out already, but I hear it, man. Is any other players you think are on the fringe that you should just sell? or just low?
Yeah, we should definitely sell Nat. Out on loan.
It's a hard one because
No. Remember, we got a bunch of players in there, man. So Stevenson, the right back that keeps coming on for
Ginger youth.
Bradley, yeah, rate him. Reminds me of the Ginger Youth on the Pro Clubs thing still, but
Ginger. All right,
yeah,
bad
boy. But yeah, so he can go out on loan. I think that'll be good for him. The Gordon cat.
Listen, don't get me started. Kai Gordon.
Yeah, he needs to go out on loan to get something back in his legs.
Nah, blood. He needs to be sold, blood. If there's a price there for him, then
that's what I don't want to see, because I feel like that price will kick him in the teeth, because then he's gonna have to prove that whoever bought him got a value out of the buy, and that's gonna be tough.
It depends who it is, though. If it's a championship team, send him out. Just tell him.
So for me, it's Gordon, the other Danny, with the weird throw. He needs to go as well. Blair. Yeah. Blair can go on loan. Gordon can go on loan to the championship.
We're not sold anyone in 4 years ago. It's true, man. That's crazy. Yeah. Carry on. Sorry, bro.
Yeah. So Blair, Gordon, Doak, Stevenson, Basechet. Those are the 5 I would run the loan on. If I didn't call a name and they're a youngster, it's gonna fall in the selling category. Yeah. I would loan Carvalho, but I feel like
his latest comments were like he's ready to step up for the team. He doesn't want to be a bit part player,
which is a good mentality. But the bit part player piece of that is where I would say, all right,
I think it's 6 players.
Yeah, so the bit part player thing for me with Carvalho is the piece where I'm going to have to tell him, like, look, bit part player, you're going to have to wait for these moments.
Bobby Clark, I'll keep Clark. Clark's one to keep, man. We only just brought him as well. Some of them are not, when everyone goes, our academy players, some of them ain't like, people always try to do the romantic thing, like we made them the player they are. But some of them we brought a year ago, blood, from other clubs. Let's not get, like, we brought Clark. I think come from Newcastle for 1.5. He was one of the most expensive ones, about $1 million. We brought Scanlon from Birmingham for 500,000, I think.
Yeah, we got bare youths too,
Them kind of ones, when you're buying them, that's because you're thinking that they're the ones where obviously the other ones are going to be pure profit, but these ones are like they're highly rated, and we've invested money in them. So they're the kind of ones that you bring them in, and if you're not going to play them, you put them out on loan straight away. Scanlon should be on loan. I know some of them are injured, but Scanlon and Clark.
Oh yeah, Bobby Clark in the middle in that. Yeah. Blood.
Clark, Scanlon, and Kumas.
But we didn't see Clark.
Injured.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Send him out on loan. Kumas. Yeah, he's another one. Wait, I think somebody won Kumas. No,
yeah, how long we had him? A year. I think we brought him in 2023.
Yeah.
Obviously, he's got the heritage on it. His dad, and that's a baller. But yeah, them ones are all right with me because they're still gonna. First of all, I don't even know how Slot's gonna deal with cup competitions. He might not come in and do I'm playing bare youngsters. He might just do I'm winning this competition, but I ain't trying to play no idiots. But if he does do the thing where it's mixed, there's gonna have to still be players there. You can't just have Salah Mall and then use under 18s. We'll get peppered, bro. I don't know. What are you saying, Pep Linders, Salzburg and that? Yeah, he did put a bid in. Pep Linders knows that's why, bro. He was, what I mean? So,
you know what? I'm gonna have to go follow Salzburg now.
He's been peppering everyone, hasn't he? They keep peppering people, bro, man, the big score lines and that. I hear it still. Yeah, man, it's crazy, but yeah, I just think I don't know. I'm trying to be realistic on it. But some might say I'm being pessimistic. I just think we've been around football long enough now, all of us, everyone in the chat, you, me, and we've seen all the big teams, including Liverpool. And when it comes to academy prospects and people who break through to the first team and actually make it in the squad and end up been there for a long time, bro. It's usually how many players? Usually about 3, 4 at max, something like that. I mean, we're not talking about Manchester United class of '92, and by the way, that was 1992. Bloody, they ain't happened again. So when you look at Chelsea, okay, with Terry, who else? Lampard came from West Ham. So Liverpool had Gerrard, Carragher. Obviously, we had Fowler and all them as well, but it's all spread across the. I'm on about in the squad at one time. It's not really a thing, bro. Arsenal kind of had it when Emre came in. They tried to revamp the team and got Saka and Smith Rowe and all that. But if Smith Rowe's gone now, stuff like that, selling Smith Rowe, right thing to do, blood. It might. There's always going to be one player that you sell him, and then in the future you're like, oh my god, I can't believe we sold him. But sometimes, yeah, I mean, that's what everyone tried to do with Chelsea. Oh, I can't believe we sold Salah and De Bruyne. Big man, when Chelsea sold Salah and De Bruyne, they didn't need them, but. And they were just fine without them. Won 2 Champions Leagues without them, bare leagues.
Yeah, that man was a fringe player at Chelsea, bro. Fringe. Even they had another one over there.
Yeah, true.
Schürrle. Is it Schürrle?
Schürrle's a bad boy, yeah. German Schürrle.
Yeah. But the man was just fringe, man, at Chelsea. That's how good Chelsea's squad was. So for us, we need to start separating our actual squad. And that's the problem with some of our players. We can't separate them as far as to say they're fringe or they starter. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like vital to the 11. A lot of our players is just in between that.
The weird thing is, if this was before last season, this is what I know that everyone's just, I get it, man. Everyone likes his players, the young ones anyway. If it was before last season, this wouldn't be a conversation. Everyone would just be like, sell him. It's just that last season, we saw there was showcased a lot more. So for me, it's like they're showcased, but within those games, I'm not trying to see who stood out in the game where they played against lesser opposition. Who stood out when we got to the bigger games and that? Well, we've already done it, bro. Bradley and Kwanzaa are the academy players, bro, and Kelleher, bro. That's 3 bad boy players, you know. Like that doesn't even happen often. Look, we got Curtis, Trent, Bradley, Kwanzaa, Kelleher. They're in the first team. They're not on the fringe. They're not whatever. They're in the first team. Curtis is either starting in midfield or on the bench, but it seems like he's starting. Trent starts every game, but now we're talking about we want to start Bradley, and Bradley's that good that you want to move Trent into midfield. Kwanzaa, Manatane starting over Konate. And Kelleher, it's only because Alisson's the best goalkeeper in the world why he doesn't play. That's 5 people, bruv. Sell the Ross off the rest of them, blood.
Yo, whoa, slow down.
Sorry, bro.
I don't know where this energy comes from, bro. But
no, some man just have to go, bro. I'm not trying to do allow it, bro. Yeah, look, question. Because I was going to say this exact thing. Question, not comparing, but through from the youngsters we got with established players like Foden. That's exactly what I'm saying now. Because at Man City, Foden, Rico Lewis, Oscar Bob. That's it. That's where it stops. And Oscar Bob broke through last season. With a few games and that. Rico's actually really good. He's played him in big games and that. And then Palmer. And Palmer's already gone. He broke through with like bit part games. And he said, I want game time. Guardiola said, you know who I am. And he said, do you know who I am? I'm cold Palmer blood. And he left.
And he's cold.
He's cold.
Ever since he left, he's been cold.
Became Chelsea's best player, bro. And then every time Southgate brought him off the bench, he mashed up the thing, blood. Bro, that's what I'm saying.
Question for you. I hear the selling them thing, right? So Carvalho, we'll use Carvalho. I'm gonna use, who else should I use? Dork. I'm gonna use Carvalho, Dork, and I want one more.
Yeah, use the popular one. Don't use the little.
Yeah. So we're gonna use Carvalho, Dork, and I'm trying to use players that I would actually take back as well. So Carvalho, Dork. I'm gonna go Elliot. Which is kind of unfair, but yeah, I'm gonna go with Elliot. So,
but Elliott's a first team player, bro. He's a first team player, bro. I don't know where you go with Elliot. Bro.
So Elliot starts.
Yeah, Elliot starts, bro.
So out of Elliot and Jones, are they both starting? Because I don't feel like both of them are starting.
Well, yeah, because they don't play in the same position.
But are you telling me this starting 11 as Elliot and Jones starting?
And based on the formation we're using right now?
Yeah. I don't think they both start. So I need to know which one doesn't start. And then I'll put them on the list. It'll make sense later when I ask the question.
Yeah, I think they both
But I need... So Gravenberch ain't starting.
Gravenberch ain't starting.
Szoboszlai ain't starting.
That's the one who's confusing. It's because if they use Szoboszlai where you would want to use him further,
I think Elliott doesn't start, and that's why I said Elliott.
Yeah, but all I'm saying is so far with Slot, he keeps playing Elliott, bro.
You know, we'll get back to that. But let me ask a question. Okay. So we got Carvalho, we got Dork. I wanted to use one of them two, but for now we'll get back to it. When we're selling them, Carvalho, you said 15 to 20. So if we sell Carvalho 15 to 20, a buyback clause should be in place for about 40, 45. Because if he turns out to really be him, you see the way Cole Palmer is him.
Yeah.
So we sell Carvalho. Shouldn't we just sell these men that you say you want to sell and just put some buyback clause on them? Because if Carvalho's really him and show that he's an 80 mil player in a year or two, we can easily go grab him back for 45. You see what I'm trying to say?
Okay, I'll tell you the truth here. I don't think you're wrong, but that buyback clause thing might as well not exist, bro. Nobody uses it.
Well, nobody uses it because the teams that set them up and put them in place, the men them are getting grabbed at a mad time. Think of the guy that went to Chelsea.
Fabregas had a buyback first refusal with Arsenal, didn't go back. Because even if you got a buyback clause in the contract and that, depending on what year it is in the contract, the player can obviously say no anyway. And the player normally feels disheartened the fact that you got rid of them in the first place, bro. So they're just like, and the only way it normally would work, which it never works, is if the player cooked, but he was playing at like, say that we had a buyback clause on Solanke, even though it's the only thing is it's 6 years later, in it. So we would definitely not in the wrong, bro, because we would have 6 years of a shit Solanke, bro. But
sell-on clause. I forgot about that one in FIFA, you know, because I'll be using.
Oh yeah, like the young, like the
the sell-on clause. So when you sell them,
that's the one.
Yeah.
That's the one.
So basically, all right. So on the buyback thing, you're right. The buyback thing is a bit meaty because the player might think, I really wanted to do it for you. You make me off. Kind of like what's that guy we make off with the left foot? Harry Wilson. Rightly so, but I can see, you know what I'm saying? But so now that I like the sell-on clause better. So. But yeah, I think we should just slap some sell-on clause on some of these men. And to your point, just sell them, man. Sell them because we really did get 5 out the academy. So I think another 5 year we might get another 2 or 3. So that's good.
If I think I'm not joking, I think 2 or 3 is a lot. I think 2 or 3 more is a lot. Like bear in mind, I'm not trying to say I'm gonna know it all and that, bro. I'm trying to go off experience of other clubs as well because we're not the biggest club around. And I think someone just mentioned Barca. Barca have so. Their thing's always set up, and La Masia's always set up to just revamp and do that, bro. It doesn't really happen. It's Madrid and Barca and then Ajax. Everyone else, it doesn't really work like that, bro. Chelsea produce quite a lot, but they don't produce enough to be starters in the team, but they produce enough to go spread around all the clubs. Remember, you'll watch a random football match abroad, and then the man will be like, his last name sounds English, blood. And he's like, yeah, he plays for Chelsea. He's like, what? That's what happens with Chelsea. They're just everywhere, bro. That's why they're always out here. Everyone thinks they're breaking rules. It's just loopholes in that, bro. But 20? Well done. Honestly said, we're getting 20% of Solanke's sales to Spurs. Really? That's how long it lasts for? Okay. Because I think Blues have got that with like Butland and them kind of people and that, bro. And they had it with Bellingham as well. As soon as Bellingham went to Madrid, Birmingham got money as well. So, hey. I don't know, man. The sell-on clause is the better one. The players that you mentioned, because I'm trying to think more. I think if you're in the first team already, at this point, I don't think anyone's going anywhere unless you go and buy someone better. But I think midfielders are kind of cemented just because we got so many of them already. Doak's a weird one, bro, because I think most of our front three, actually, a lot of our front three could play on the right-hand side as well if they needed to. And they're better than Doak at the moment. I would loan Doak out now this season because he's not injured now. He's definitely got talent, and it'd be a Premier League club I'd probably be looking to loan if they want him, of course, bro. Where do you come from, Celtic, innit? So yeah, I'd loan him. But I feel like people like Kai Gordon and all that, bro. Listen, I'm not heartless. I am heartless actually, but I hear all the like, oh, he was out for 18 months and all that, bro. But that's not my problem, blood. What does that mean, bro?
Okay.
It's not poverty. Okay. You know, no man,
Okay.
no man
Okay.
says after 18 months, and if you release him, he's gonna be broke and he doesn't know what to do with his career. I feel a bit worse for him, bro. He's not gonna stop being a footballer, bro. So, like, okay, chat seriously, and you just let me know, yes or no, if you think Kai Gordon's good enough for Liverpool, bro. Because I don't know where everyone got this thing from about Kai Gordon, bro. Off a little Shrewsbury game. Do you even know what? They don't even know what league Shrewsbury's in now. He scored a one little FA Cup goal and that man them lost their damn mind, bro. Shrewsbury.
I'm gonna be honest. The same thing with certain other players. I never bought this guy's stocks, and I've never backed this guy. I've never said anything good. I've always just been questioning man, and man is telling me like, nah, Zamiri, yo, he's good, you know, like, and them man ain't even credible sources. So asking me if he's good enough, bro, I can't tell you one attribute of Cade Gordon. I can't. I'm not trying to diss him. I cannot tell you anything good about this guy, and the fact that I can't says a lot, bro.
Yeah. So,
what is he known for? What does he have? Tell me. I don't know. So somebody tell me.
Years ago, in the
Years
youth
ago,
he was no, because he literally. This is
no,
where like
I like yeah. Once upon a time.
Once upon a time. Once upon a time in 2021, he could finish, blood.
Okay. I'm not here for stories, bro. I'm not here for once upon a time. None of that.
The last time Kai Gordon was good, there wasn't a world pandemic, blood. There you have it. See.
All right.
See, because I'm not asking people in the chat. I don't want you to cook him. I'm just saying, literally, some players when you look at academy, you go, okay, he's got speed. This guy's the strongest straight in the air, bro. It literally is finishing, but it's finishing from way back, bro. And I'm like, unless he's deadly and I'm missing something, safe on it. But yeah, see, Beijing can bag a goal. Maybe it's me, but Trent, Doherty, Kumas are better than him. And of course, though, well, yeah, that's what's happened to him. That's what I'm saying. It's not his fault.
Oh, so he just some man just came in and so in 18 months, you said, right? So in 18 months, 4 men just ran past him.
Yeah, because you know, like, say we're all in the youth team, and you're the better one, and everyone's got whisperings. Oh, Kai, I heard they're going to play you in the FA Cup game, and that you're just there watching. Like, hopefully one day he gets injured. We still don't use them youths in that time. Then he comes back and starts doing his rehab. And then not only did we use the other players, we brought players, bro. Like, this is what I keep trying to say. Man, don't pay attention to academy stuff. Clark got brought. Scanlon got brought. They didn't just turn up at Liverpool. So, obviously, it's like, yo, obviously they see something in these guys because they spent money on them. You're just an academy product. And this is what I'm saying. When people get attached to the academy guys, don't let Liverpool keeping them around fool you, bro. That's the reason why you should put stocks into them. Liverpool are keeping them around because it's profit. 100% profit, bro. These men are, I don't even know, bro. Man, the football clubs move like slave owners, blood, bro. You know what I mean? Feed them up and that Salah the strongest slave, blood. That's, you know what I mean? That's the mindset still. But I hear it, man. I hear it, bro. He was stationary while others were running. Yeah, and it's just the way of football, bro. You know what I mean? I hope he goes on. Seriously, I hope he goes on and has a great career, bro. But a great career doesn't mean it has to be Liverpool, bro. You know what a great career, Kai Gordon? Championship is a great career, bro. It's a great career, bro. You still, bro. There's nothing wrong with it. And then if you go get promoted with that championship team, bro, and then make your mark on that, man will go, oh, yo, this Kai Gordon, 27-year-old Kai Gordon broke the record in the championship. You're like, oh, I remember him still, bro. Everyone's done it, bro. Like, Eze has been released from every fucking club he's ever been at, bro. Like, he's been through the whole ranks, bro. He's a baller, bro. And he's just made it now. That's why he's a success story. But Vardy, was he 27 or something like that when he finally got through it after being in the flag? Bro, it just happens, innit? It just happens, bro. Like, yeah, I mean, it's one of those.
Yeah, man. Send man to Leicester, man. Dare to dream.
Dare to dream, bro. Real talk, man. That's where I sent Doak, to be honest, but send Doak to Leicester real quick, bro. Carvalho looks like one of them kind of kids as well. I like him, man. I like him all, man. But I just think, especially if you want the club to be sustainable as well, you have to sell stuff, innit? and that's the product. So,
are you comfortable with Alisson being the main keeper, Kelleher number 2, and Yaros the number 3? Now that Adrian left the books.
Yeah, I am comfortable. Okay. But I guess for Yaros, he ain't gonna get much games, really.
So we can give Kelleher Champions League and Yaros League Cup.
Yeah, we would do that, but I just don't know what this manager's on. I heard that he rotates quite a lot, but I don't know about the goalkeepers. And I don't know if he's one of them, De Zerbi. Remember, De Zerbi was just rotating his goalkeepers every week.
Yeah, stealing the other guy.
Yeah. But it'd be interesting, man. Because one thing I did see, what did I read? It was the Feyenoord captain, I think it was. He was talking about how Slot is as a, like it's quite, he ain't like the nice guy thing and that, bruv. You know what I mean? He's a good man and that, bruv, but he's pretty stern with what he wants. And I think they said that in the first season, he dropped the captain, which is that guy. Right age and all that business, he just dropped him, bruv. And didn't, for the season. So, which is actually kind of a good thing to hear, because I'm like, okay, even though it's at a different level, if you've got an idea and a vision for what you want the club to be, you can't be put off by the fact that these players are this guy and no, I'm playing how I want. And if you're telling me that I don't get all this money to spend and all this and I want to work with these players, the reason why I'm happy to work with them is because I know who I want. So if the season starts, and because I think Bradley's going to start the season, I have to be honest, bruv. I love Trent, but I don't know what's going to go. Oh, no, blood. Let me know, blood. What are you saying? Because Bradley kind of fits the mold still.
All right, so here's the thing. Yeah, it's not a great debate or a great point or anything like that. It's simple football. When I say simple football, it comes down to what the manager wants and what the player is willing to do. Saying Trent doesn't fit the mold doesn't even make sense. I can see how you put up an argument to say he doesn't in the style of play and what he wants and all of that stuff. Do you know Trent? Yes or no? Then shut up, because that makes no sense. You don't know what Trent wants, right? What Bradley is doing, Trent can easily do. It's as simple as that. There's no ability I see Bradley have that Trent can't do or is outshining Trent like, yo, the way he does, bro. It's a matter of what the player wants to do. If he doesn't want certain defensive responsibility or he doesn't want to be running back and forth, okay, then Trent, maybe you've lost that fire. If the new manager comes in, can reignite that fire, then, bro, I feel like Trent will be starting and Bradley will be a suitable rotation. So that way Trent isn't burnout and he actually have the energy to go when we need him. That is what the sport is about. The sport is about give me 100% until you can no longer do so. Because the minute I see you decrease into 90, I need to keep this intensity up. Yo, Bradley, go take it over. The tag team thing. Once again, you see what I'm trying to say?
No, so I agree. But why can't Trent be the one in rotation and not the other way around?
I was gonna say the same thing. So if we're running Trent and he's starting out at 85, I don't want to hook him 35 minutes in. I'll give him an opportunity like, yo, Trent, you need to pick this up. You need to pick this up. If Trent continues at 85% up till halftime, and I got Bradley here ready to go at 100%, I'm going to run Bradley. And I'm going to say to Trent, like, bro, you wasn't doing anything wrong, but the intensity just wasn't there. Trent is going to be sitting on the bench going, raw, man's really questioning my intensity. The next game, I start Bradley at 100. Bradley drops down to 80. I'm going to look to Trent and say, yo, Trent, remember when I took you off? It's because you were doing that. You see, he started well. He's now at 85. This is why we have rotation. I'm going to bring you on. Please give me more intensity because Bradley's running out of steam. If Trent comes on and give me 75, bro, I'm taking him off the pitch at the end of the game. I'm going to look to him and be like, yo, big man, I know you that guy. I know you come to the academy. I know you got that mural in that, bro, but you need to pick up the intensity.
Big up,
if in the future we have the understanding that Trent and the manager fall out because the manager was asking too much of Trent and Trent didn't want to give us that output, I actually have a Trent kid on right now. Bro, fuck Trent, bro. Fuck him, man. Bro, the game is about energy.
I've been on that, bro. It doesn't bother me when it comes to my personal preference.
Yeah, no, it doesn't bother me, but the game is about energy, and I don't want men to tell me, "Oh, but look at the numbers, Zubiri." Yeah, you can score a goal every game if it's coming from penalties and you being lackadaisical on the field like Ronaldo was for United. I don't care about your numbers, bro. You're making the team look dead. It's
Do you
about
think
energy, man?
This is a real question now, and this is kind of how I think in it. So, people are quite harsh on some players when they're like, "Yo, this kid got dropped. He got dropped for this guy."
Mm-hmm.
Is that the wrong mentality to think when you're trying to win stuff as a team and
Yes,
you're
it
a
is.
collective? Because there's plenty of teams where it's like, for example, this is a crazy example, but I'm just what came to my head. So remember Leicester won the league, innit?
Mm-hmm.
Did Akizaki get dropped when he was on the bench, or was he just playing his part in the squad in order to win something? Because he didn't never do anything wrong the whole season, bro.
It was energy.
Yeah, exactly.
And it was energy and intensity with the style of play and the way they wanted to play, right?
Yeah.
So rotation and being rotated isn't a bad thing as long as the product of that rotation makes sense.
Yeah,
The same way Tuchel dropped Odoi or whatever his name is 35 minutes. It's like, bro, I need certain things for my plan to work, and you look like a hindrance to this, bro. I can't have it.
Yeah.
You see what I'm trying to say? Because we all have a job to do. It's the manager's job to get 100%. And if the manager's only getting 90%, I expect the manager to look to the player, sit the player down, with or without the captain there, to give him an opportunity to perform. It's just like in the real world. You at your job, you're underperforming. Some companies don't owe you anything. It can actually just cut you in that underperformance. Some of them look to coach you through that process to find out, hey, is there something going on at home? Is the missus cheating? What's on your brains? So it's the same thing with these footballers. They are nurtured and cared for in a way where they have programs set up, rehab set up, rehabilitation with fitness. We have all of these tools at our disposal, not some freaking 2009 facilities. It's like we have state-of-the-art guys here to help you. So if you're telling me you playing week in, week out is the reason why you're stuck between 65 and 85%, and if 85% is your max, then push for that. Push for that.
Yeah.
And keep that. But the minute that drops, just know that's an opportunity to use Bradley. And if we're all out of subs at that point and you start to fall off, well, give us your best then, all right? And then we'll rest you up in the next game, or we'll see where your fitness is for the next game. That's all it is. So a man's telling me like, oh, no, we don't want to rotate, and I'm not using this as a callback to you when you're saying, yo, in the past, the teams that's dominating and win the most don't ever really rotate.
Yeah, in the league they don't.
Savage, I'm gonna be honest. I don't think we can measure today's youth with them robots of the past, bro. Them men were built different as well.
I hear you. You know what it is, because sometimes that's something where you have to check the numbers, because you can be fooled into thinking that I done this as well with Guardiola. I was like, oh, he's rotated these men all the time for this, when really his rotation is per competition more than in the league. So you'll think that, oh, if you've seen Mahrez play this many games, that means Bernardo got rotated quite a bit that season. Then you go and check how many games he played, and they'll tell you he played 35 Prem games. And you're like, oh, okay, so that never happened then. And that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, I'm just thinking, because sometimes rotation ends up being based on the manager. Like, the manager got something wrong. They analyzed the team they're going to play against, and then when the game kicked off, the team had a different game plan, bro. Now I got to move that player that I chose. It's not his shit. It's just doesn't work.
Yeah. No, bro. It's a testament to like getting the tactics wrong at halftime.
Exactly.
Like, shit, I need to change it at halftime.
Yeah, exactly, bro.
But I don't measure those rotation, because, like you said, it's more of an indictment on he got the start in 11 wrong or his tactics wrong. I'm measuring the ones where it's like, bro, there's no point for you to stay in this game rotation. You know, we just have
when you said eight. The main 11 is needed 80 to 85% of the time.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. But
yeah, I think that's right.
If we're 6-0 up, 70th minute, and we only use one sub. I'm expecting, bro, the job's done.
Okay. So this is where I think we're conflating two things on it, because most people won't see that part there as rotation. They'll just see that as subs in it. Like the rotation will be coming from game to game more than in game. In game, everyone
just switching shit just to switch it.
Yeah, that's what we're saying. Like, so the rotation would be. I think it's easier to rotate attackers more than it, because defense. First of all, you set your partnership. There needs to be a partnership there in the centre back position, and then the fullbacks. They usually have a partnership with the person who's the centre back as well, but they in this modern day, especially with, I'm guessing, with slot system, where the pivots tucking and then they leave, or the wingers tucking from the front and leave space for the fullbacks to run up and down the wing like Bradley and Tsimikas. I'm expecting instantly that they're going to need to be rotated throughout the season, which is fine because I know Bradley can run, I know Tsimikas can run, I know Robbo can run, Trent can run, I just don't know if he wants to run. So that's fine with rotating there. So I'm more talking about game to game, and that's what I said about not being dropped. Sometimes it's horses for courses, bro. Some games require different things, and some competitions, not really the FA Cup and League Cup, because it's both English competitions, but European football is different to the Prem. So it might not require the gun-ho guy, bro. It's more technical and all that, so you change the players. And that's why I always use the example, and I said last time, of Valix Ferguson. I always knew that when it got to them games where he was like, he used to be, I need to get 9 points and I'm through. Then you turn up and you see, why is Fletcher and Part G Song playing, bro? And then they win the game.
Is it okay to say, because he's new to the team, we should expect at least a few excessive rotation, just so
he can still get used to them.
Get used to, because we don't know who is his 11. You see what I'm trying to say? So there's no way he's turning up running off Klopp's 11. He'll have to form his own 11. So until that point, I'm going to say within the first 5 games, we'll see a bit of rotation, and then we'll see certain players start to settle in like a constant name on the team sheet. Whether they get stubbed in and out, you know what I'm trying to say? But I think I'll give him about 5 games to really get that right. And then from there, we can be like, okay, this is his 11. But also, there could be a 1 or 2 fringe man on that where we don't see them heavily in the team till probably like October, November. So
I agree.
It'll be interesting.
Yeah, because the thing is, like, we naturally, I don't think we can get rid of it as football fans, to be honest, because we have, that's life and experience. We've seen players win stuff for us and play certain ways. Most of us have an initial, we know who Liverpool's best players are. And the media will always have the certain amount of players. And rival fans who don't watch every Liverpool game will instantly tell you that. I see it all season. This is what I can always tell when rival fans watch any of our games. They'll be like, yeah, blood, because blah, blah, blah. And you got Salah, so this will be. And I'm like, you didn't watch Salah last week, bro, to be saying that, bro. Or you've got this guy, and I'm like, you didn't see it, bro. You didn't see that because he's not playing very well at the moment. The manager's coming in with something different. So his best Liverpool squad is different to ours already. And there's always going to be fans who are going to be pissed at. So I reckon it's going to happen this season. There's going to be somebody who you're so used to being in the squad, and they're known as one of the top, and they're not playing as many games, bro. Or they're getting subbed off or something. Remember how man were losing their mind last season when in the first game of the season when they took they took Salah off for Doak, and it was only like 13 minutes. A man lost their mind, blood. I was like, bruv, it's 13 minutes, bruv. So it's interesting to me, bruv. I'm just like, I don't know. I think it's time for a change, because I'll ask you this question in a minute, but
yo,
big up, bro.
What you about to say? Nah,
good, man.
It's water, bro. I don't know. Someone spiked it.
Nah, man said, yo, this stream is fire. I'm dropping everything I'm doing. I gotta get there. Nah, I like the energy still. On the left. Now pull up, man. What you saying, bro?
Good, yeah. Chilling, bro. I've missed everything, boys. So apologies for interrupting your conversation. Carry on, and I'll jump in wherever.
Nah, that's cool, man. So do you think there's anyone not good? Don't use good enough, because then we can go off previous experience. Even if they're world class, bruv. And it's probably going to be Virgil now, listen, to be fair. But is there anyone of the level, like peak level in our squad right now, that warrants a place that they're stuck in the squad, bruv?
Oh fuck! I thought you were gonna say something else. So repeat the question because I thought you were gonna say something else. So I had an answer, and the answer
Nah, so
doesn't
obviously
make
we're
sense.
talking about rotation and that, and obviously
Mhm.
the fan base are always going to have this thing where if Slot decides to change something now
Mhm.
in terms of personnel, instantly everyone's going to go, "How can you do that? That's our favorite player. That's the best player." People do that all the time. It's normal. How can
Oh,
you
so
not
you're
change him?
coming from the fringe guy warranting a place?
Not yeah, we'll warrant in his place because the manager says so, bruv.
Oh
And
yeah,
the
no.
manager-
I thought you
Yeah,
was gonna
yeah.
go the other way, so that's why I said I had a name ready, but you
Yeah.
did.
So, like for example,
No, I got it. I think
trying to
it's
think of
Kwanzaa. Kwanzaa is the glaring one.
okay, that's a good one. That's a good one.
But that's the only one. And Kelleher, but it's tough with Kelleher though.
Keller has
because
the hardest one because the goalkeeper.
So
as well.
those are the two.
Because I think like
Kwanzaa and Kelleher.
because I think Virgil's world class. So I don't think there's anyone in our squad that even if Virgil's at his base level now and it can't get any better, I don't think there's anyone close to him in terms of so for me, Virgil has
too
to start.
spicy to say Bradley?
That warrants a place in the squad.
Mm-hmm. Bradley, Kwanzaa, Kelleher. If you're a Liverpool fan and you disagree with that, you might be a fanboy of the three players that them men are potentially going to be replacing. And I'm saying Bradley with a Trent kit on, bro.
What's from? Oi, G, what's wrong, bro? You good? Man heard Salah's name and got rattled. I didn't. Did I say? Bro.
Man even said send the link. You know, that's
All right, man. Say no more, bro. Oh shit, you had messaged me as well. Okay.
I think he might be coming from the angle I was coming from, where I thought you was gonna say, "Is there a man that if he gets dropped, you know what I mean, it's warranted?" Because I was gonna say Robbo. Like, soon as you ask it, I was just gonna chip in with Robbo, but you went the other way. My Bayesian said yes. The Bradley thing is too spicy.
Well, the reason why I didn't use Robbo because he's already a topic of conversation where there's people who are happy with him if he doesn't start. So that's why I left him out. But there's okay, basically the three guys who are in the contract with the contracting and that blood.
Let me talk! Let me talk! Let me talk!
Oh, the floor is yours, man. Big up yourself.
Man, like Jesus and that, blood. Come on.
What you man saying, man? Big up Savage, big up Zabiri, big up Ends, man. Hope you guys are doing well, bro. You guys good?
Yeah, I want to know what inspired you. Your outburst, but you good, bro.
Yeah, gee,
You know what's so mad? You know
is
what's
on
so mad?
Orthodox. Yeah.
You know what's so mad? I didn't even hear the question. I just heard players. And I was a bit like what Zabiri said. Like, I thought you was going to say something else. I just ran with that.
What
Yeah,
did you think I
CG.
was
Yeah,
gonna
no, I'm telling you.
I
the
thought
way
the
you was
question was-
asking it. Oh, go ahead. G.
No,
Go ahead.
I thought the question that you even asked was, is there players, because then you mentioned Van Dijk, and then I think Ali. I thought you was going to say, are there players in this team who basically, like, they have a starting spot, like, you're like, yeah, they can't be removed from the team. That's why I then said Salah was one of them.
That is the question, pretty much.
No,
yeah.
Savage, don't switch it up because geez, bro. The question was, is there a fringe man that we've seen?
Oh,
No, I didn't.
fringe.
I didn't. You mentioned the word fringe. I didn't say fringe.
That's-
Man.
I even corrected you when you mentioned fringe, and I said, "Nah, not fringe." I'm saying we all know that people have world-class players and top players and all that, but whether you're world-class or not doesn't mean that at the time you're playing better than somebody else, innit? You're just already cemented because of what you've done previously.
So wait, so I got the question wrong then.
Yeah, because my point is, Slot comes in now. Whether all of us think this person's world class or he has to be in the squad, you might just not fit what Slot wants to do at the time. And if
you're right.
And that kid, and he might be a kid, bro. It might be somebody you don't even rate like that, bro. But he thinks, nah, this is the person playing. Is everyone fine with that? I think everyone should be fine with it because it's the manager's choice, blood.
Yeah. As in, like, bro, if man turned around and said, "Oh, yo, there's a right winger," trust me, he does exactly what I want him to do. Bro, there's nothing man can. You know what I mean? Salah gonna have the whole bench. Like in that situation, 100%. Like I'd be with that, but I know that there's no player.
Laugh on that, blood. What's going on, bro? I'm coming here with all that Hollywood party business, blood. What's going?
No, I'm just listening, bro. I'm listening to G defend these guys, Salah, and I'm actually gonna defend Salah, bro. Like he's been cold. He looks sharp, looks good.
All right. That's
you know what I mean. We ain't dropping.
Yeah, you know what? That's a question actually because
That's a bit
Zabiri,
far.
Zabiri, you don't think Salah's been that good, innit?
That's because them glasses are tinted, bro.
All right, so I don't want to do the nitpicking thing, and it's preseason. So yesterday I was kind of saying, nah, but then when I slept on it and woke up and I really thought about what I was saying, he didn't do anything different as far as what he's known to be doing. Like, not saying goal missing, but in the first game, his touch was poor. No successful dribbles. In the second game, once again, no successful dribble. He went up against Manchester United, third string left
I
back.
think he didn't even show up for the Arsenal game.
Listen. Nah, you know, Beijing, you know, say that's a bit disrespectful, bro, because I told you on stream that I'm not gonna make it to the game. So for you to still go to the game and expect to see me there is a bit disrespectful. Like, you see, for next man, I said this, bro. Nah, you see how Liverpool fans move. I'm telling the man to his face on the street, yo, I'm not gonna make it. Things happen, family, blah 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 blah. And man is showing up at the game like, yo, if anyone's seen Zabiri, you should be my ambassador to say, nah, he had a family thing comes up. He ain't gonna make it. So look at yourself, Pops. Look at yourself, Beijing Massive. I told you, man. Bro. You men are moving, you know what I'm saying? But big up. So the thing with Salah, though, for me, when we look at the numbers, Salah and numbers will always save him. But performance is always going to be met. That's basically what I'm saying.
Okay. I think I'm very optimistic about Salah this season. I think there was a part of me that was like, Salah's so interested in like always being the main guy, and that it's not a mad thing. It probably made him so good that he won't be able to drop into being a facilitator over the goals in it. I think he can.
Do you know? Did you guys listen to what Curtis said yesterday when he said he scored his goal? He said Mo wants to assist more. So when they was asking him about his goal, he said, "Yeah, Mo wants to assist more. That's why I made sure I got into the box. I know he would be looking to get the ball in the box for one of us to score."
You know why it makes sense? Because remember, I think G remembers. Remember G? Remember when I came on and I apologized for some of the Salah slander. I said I didn't take it back. But you remember when I came on, I said I'm not taking back our part about the performances, but I went back and watched, and I realized that broski, this man should have finished on like 35 assists, bro. He should have smashed that De Bruyne and Henry record, bro.
Oh, easily, but unfortunately, when you've got incompetence around you, this is kind of.
And obviously, Salah does have, which you should want from your attacker. Just normally, it's a striker where if they don't have a good game, they still contribute by getting the goals in it. But then I was like, yo, he would have got more than just goals, though. He would have got the assist as well, bro, and he would have added a little bit more to a game. And he's got the vision, bro. Sometimes he chooses not to make the pass, but he's got the vision, bro, because his assists, if people have put them in, were not joke man assists, bro. They weren't like 2-yard passes and somebody ran off with the ball. These were Travellas and that blood, whippers. And man would just kicking them over the bar and kicking them wide. And I'm like, no wonder the geezer. I'm not joking, bro. I don't know what the highest amount of assists Salah's got in the Prem season before, bro, but trust me, he should have broke the record last season. And obviously, that's not his fault, bro.
Yeah. You know, on that point, I will say one thing. He might be the one player that I actually underrate. Not like I don't rate him. I rated him before he came to Liverpool. I rated him on his bad boy seasons, Champions League final. I got teary-eyed when he got injured in that Champions League final because I felt like we would have won it if he was there. So I rate him highly.
Armball final.
Yeah. So I rate him so highly. Yeah, I'm probably one of them guys that I was saying he was the Egyptian Messi in 2013, 2014. Like, I was one of them guys. So it might be just my personal expectation of him, why I'm probably rating him so harshly, man. Because I felt like he's him. And I just felt like I don't have a lot of evidence for it besides the numbers, bro.
I feel like I realized why you're so disappointed in him now, because you said Egyptian Messi, bro.
Bro, you know, like, do you know what that is? Like Messi.
Now, to be fair,
no, because you remember Twinkle told Salah sitting man down in that.
I hear you, bro.
That's my Salah, bro.
That's what my missus said, bro. My missus said that
Messi.
when I was watching the game in the pub against Southampton and he dusted everyone, my missus said he's like Messi. Then she said, oh, he's low center of gravity. I said, you better sit down and drink your wine, bro, about low center of gravity. You don't know about low center. But I can't lie, she cooked me after that, though. She's like, I don't know about low center of gravity. I've been riding horses my whole life. What are you talking about? I said, I say, my bad. My bad.
Yeah,
Bro.
no, but look,
Yeah.
But Salah, bro, but Salah's performances last season wasn't that great, bro. I know he did get the GAs.
They weren't great.
No, but ends. That's what I'm saying. So I think somebody asked me if I want the performance over the end product, and it's no. It's just the way I rate him. I rate him to be doing both.
Yeah.
And for Pops, like I said, 2013, 2014, I think it was at Basel. I wasn't the only one saying Egyptian Messi. I'm not talking about now, bro. I'm talking about 2013, 2014, when he was supposed to come to us. He went to Chelsea. Bro, that was his actual title, man. Was saying,
to be right, that was his
like,
title.
I'm not trying to like pull nothing out of the hair here, bro. Like, I'm talking about a specific time. That's what I was saying. So that's where my ratings for the guy comes from. It's not what he comes to Liverpool and did. What he came to Liverpool and did, I wasn't expecting this. But when he does the twinkle toe stuff, that's what I was expecting. Because that's what I know him for. And what is he doing recently? He ain't doing that shit anymore. When was the last time he twinkle toed up a man?
Now Salah doesn't cook. He don't cook man anymore. But what I'd said last season, didn't I? That I said this season's make or break for him in terms of not in the club, but I feel like he's come to the point now where he has to adapt his game. That's when I used the example of like Bale and Ronaldo and Benzema and these kind of people. If the adapting his game is just being a facilitator, bro, which is not going to stop him scoring goals, it just means that it's not going to be sole focus. It's not a bad thing as long as the person in the middle puts the ball in the back of the net. But if they don't, then you know what I mean. It's one of those, bro.
Oh, Salah. It's just good that we're having good conversations about him.
It doesn't mean that his performances weren't that good, bro. Like,
I'm not talking about his performance. I'm just saying we're now having it's this Salah conversation was so different like 2 months ago, but now, like I said, I'm happy that it's a good conversation. That's all. Just
still
happy.
the same. His performances suck, bro. We watch the games.
Hey, like I said, right now he's the only attacker, as always, in the team who you can say is probably a nailed-on cert, and that's all. You know what I mean? Even under Slot, as we've now seen Slot
want to replace him. So yeah, he is nailed on.
So is he nailed on? Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's because no one else is there.
Exactly, because you can't get no one else. Remember, we're trying to sign a guy who can play left wing, and we've got 3 left wingers. That tells you everything you need.
Play right, man. We're buying him to play right. Man.
I mean, a left winger who plays right, regardless. Either way, we're signing a guy who's predominantly left wing, and we've got 3 left wingers. Like, if that isn't a sign to you as a football player, you do not respect me. I don't know what is. I don't know anymore. It's mad.
So we're saying the general consensus then it's Alisson, Virgil, and Salah still.
Yeah.
Everyone else is kind of up in the air.
Yeah.
Oh, you're not putting Trent in there?
Nah, Bradley, bro, is cooking right now. That's still.
I mean, is there any evidence to say? Is there any evidence to say Kelleher could be one as well? Where
he could be.
Hold on. I'm just trying to figure out. So no Trent. I'm actually shocked. I thought someone would have said Trent.
Why does Trent get over Bradley currently?
The reason why.
Why does Trent get over Bradley currently?
I would have thought that Trent is the better player, so I would just play the better player.
So without no training, no nothing, just throw Trent back in. No understanding.
Are we talking the beginning? Like, I'm talking in general. Like,
no, I was talking in general as well. But to be fair,
I'm not talking at the beginning of the season. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, but you can't generalize it now if you've got evidence to say we have played preseason games and we're about to start the season.
Yeah.
Generalizing it, Trent is the better player, so you'd throw him in. But
why are you throwing Alisson in though? Then
currently, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, why would you throw Alisson in? Why would you throw Virgil? Technically, Virgil should not even be included in this conversation then, because
that's why I asked: is there anyone in the squad that is just cemented anyway, bro, where they can bypass that?
Defensively,
they're so good that even if they're not having high level games, they're better than everyone anyway, bro. So they're gonna play.
So that's why I asked. So we don't think that with Trent, like
everyone has an issue with Trent defensively. Bradley has both sides.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I think the reason why no one's
he's a mad goalkeeper, regardless, bro. Don't let us down. So you put him in.
Yes,
let's not let us down, bro. Let's not.
That's the same thing with G and Salah. Like it's the same thing. Salah isn't gonna let you down in terms of numbers and that. The reason why I asked the question for that reason is because the reason why Trent's getting left out of this seeming is because, bro, half of the fan base seem to be talking about playing him in midfield. So that means your spot's not cemented, is it? Because Everyone's trying to get him somewhere else.
Hey, listen, I'm not even. I'm just looking at it, thinking like, okay, like if this is the route that man are saying, hey, I'm with it. Listen, I'm not even disagreeing with what you are saying about that Bradley, bro. If you want to play Bradley, I've got no. I mean, I've got no beef. At the end of the day, I couldn't care less if Trent stayed or went. That's not really my problem. Like, I'm just saying that I thought the general consensus was that he was one of those players. But if not, hey. I like it.
It does feel like the current thing with Trent, not even just current over the last season, is he's all of his talent so good that he has to play, but we don't want him at but bare people don't want him to play at right back. Whereas I'm like, well, that's where he made all his bread, bro. That's where he's been the best for Liverpool his whole career. It's not in midfield. So if another guy comes in and does the job and the manager is like, no, he's doing what I want him to do, as a fan. I'm guessing a lot of people I can't believe this fucking prick ain't playing Trent. Really, it's like, bro, you just got to be better than the other guy to get you spot in the squad, isn't it?
Because right now, Bradley's been there to start pre-season, played the 3 games, haven't put a foot wrong. Has to play there.
Well, why you can't apply the same thing to Kelleher is my only question.
Couldn't, but Zibiri,
you can apply it. You can apply it. That's why I asked the question. But he's the best goalkeeper in the world, isn't it? So that's my point.
I mean, he's only the best from our perspective.
No.
I don't think the world fan is having Alisson.
I do.
No. I'm not debating what you man are saying. I'm just saying when you man said he's the best goalkeeper in the world, I don't think we can speak for the world as Liverpool fans.
I'm not speaking as a Liverpool fan. I'm not.
You could just
I can't even think of it. All I normally hear is Alisson, and then certain people will go, they'll use Courtois on that, but I know that's because he plays for Madrid, isn't it?
This man's been injured for a whole year, so there's no way.
Like no one really gives me any other options, and that even like Man City's been the best team in and out, and then Man City fans, if you do a combined 11 with a Man City fan, there's no way they'll pick Ederson over Alisson. That's all.
The other player, the goalkeeper is Oblak, bro. But
exactly. And I've never heard another Prem. Which it could be. I mean, I haven't spoke to everyone in the Prem fan, but I've never heard another Prem fan pick anyone over Alisson apart from Deji when he said that Vicario was better than Alisson.
He's just
didn't age very well, did it? Because after he said that, man started crumbling on the corner. Honestly, whoa. Can't you say the same for VVD and Kwanzaa? What?
To be fair,
No, don't entertain this.
No. It's not about entertaining it. What I'm trying to get you man to see is you man are holding Bradley and Trent to a level, and you're trying to separate VVD and Alisson from the same example you're giving, and that's why honesty is asking a question. So Kwanzaa haven't done anything wrong, and let's be honest. Kwanzaa performance has been. The only thing you would measure this performance to is Virgil van Dijk. If you're going to measure it to Virgil van Dijk's standard as far as being dominant as a defender, it's easy to say Kanate and Kwanzaa starts and VVD integrate himself into it. It's on VVD to replace this man. Because it's a new manager, he doesn't have to run with the old guard of captaincy in the squad. He can appoint his new captain. So Virgil and the captain, he just went down a level. It's not me. I'm just saying, you man said Bradley haven't put a foot wrong, Kwanzaa haven't put a foot wrong, and Keller haven't put a foot wrong. So how is it the only one we're allowing to get pushed to the side is Trent? It looks like a Trent agenda. Why can't the other man come back?
Are you not listening?
Yeah, because you're proving exactly what I said. The whole question is exactly what you're doing now. I said, is there anybody who cemented that even if they're at like a low percentage of their best, they're still better than everyone that is cemented in this squad? I said Virgil, but that doesn't mean everyone else has to. But I think Virgil's so better than everybody else that it doesn't matter how, at the moment, it doesn't matter how good these lot play, bro. They're not going to be at Virgil's level, bro. Because I think he's the best centre-back in the world. And there's no way that I think he's the best. And, you know what I mean? I don't think Trent's the best right-back in the world, bro. So that's the reason why it's you know what I mean? And a lot of people do think Salah's the best right winger in the world. So that's my point. I'm not saying honestly wrong. I'm saying, I don't know if he's asking in generalization to say, yo, can't you say the same? Or
no, he's not saying it. He's just asking a question the same way I asked about Kelleher. And I'm not saying Kelleher is. It's just a question.
based
Because
on
even
what we
if
might
one of just these games, and we go off the notion that we are going off the notion that everyone's fit and can play, but these lot have had these games and the other ones haven't, I still wouldn't pick anyone over Virgil. There's nothing that I've seen these lot do in these 3 games that goes to me. Yeah, you know what? He's got to start over Virgil. Nothing, bro. Nothing.
You know what's funny though? Nobody mentioned any midfielder, which again is very
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Very interesting. Tells you everything you need to know about what you think about certain players and stuff in the team, man.
No, but Savage did ask the 3 players though. He didn't say anyone about
He didn't ask for 3 players. He asked 4 players.
Oh,
Yeah,
No, G, that's a great point. And
he did say, are we just saying then Salah, Virgil, and Alisson?
No. He asked for any player.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There was no like specific number.
It was a question beforehand, but we got offered that after he said the question about the 3, and we started talking about how we.
No, but there was at no point did Savage ever mention there was a specific number to how many players. He just mentioned those 3 players because those are the 3 players that he mentioned. He didn't say, and again, Savage, you're here, you can clarify.
That's what I said in the stream. Said it as well. Everyone in the chat started putting them same 3 players in.
Like, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Nobody, even in the chat, has mentioned any midfielder. This tells you what you actually think about the midfield.
Specific players. Then.
What was that? Sorry,
I'm confused. Are we? So if you ask a question about 3 specific players, then the conversation.
No, I didn't.
No, but he didn't ask about 3 specific.
I asked the question about.
He gave the 3 ends.
I asked the question in general. Then we had a conversation on it. Then everyone went quiet. And
when are we meant to add this extra player now?
No, it's not when we met. It's just an open thing, isn't it?
If you want to add him now, we can talk about the midfield.
No one's mentioned.
Nah. And you ain't getting out of this, bro. That don't make no sense. You heard the question, and man said, no. But he never mentioned how many players, though. Okay, so why would you then think that he's only going to say you can only pick 3 players?
Ends. Let me clear it up for you. Ends. No, I got you.
No, I know a backpedaler when I see
No, I'm not stupid.
No.
You're definitely not stupid.
We start speaking about Trent and Bradley. So when were we meant to add this extra player?
Ends.
Okay, let me explain because you're not talking like I'm not. But you're talking.
Like Savage isn't here.
I'm not talking about
Savage. I got it, bro. Savage. I got it.
No, but
let Savage because he's the one who asked the question.
Yeah, man, doing the domestic violence thing and that, bro. Let me, you know what I mean?
Savage. Let me explain it because I feel like it's.
No, I'm not speaking on behalf of me.
No, I'm not speaking on behalf of you. I'm speaking on behalf of Ends. So when you ask the question, I messed up. No, bro, we all got the point I'm trying to get at here is we all got the question wrong.
I said anything.
No, nobody got the question wrong, though.
Yes, very loud, bro. We is French and Scottish, and you're in blood.
G got the question wrong. G got the question wrong. I got the question wrong.
Yeah, the initial question
showing that he got the question wrong as well.
Nah, bro, you're acting all backwards in that because I cleared it up with G and then he got it and then we had a conversation.
Oh, you cleared it up with me as well, so clear it up with Ends now because we all got the question
all on
wrong.
the same screen, bro. What are you man acting special needs for, blood?
These men are acting special needs. Sav, let me speak to you. I'm going off with the back of when you said, are we not saying any, are we just mentioning the 3 players? Not mentioning, but you saying, so we just talking about the guys that are out of contract, the Alisson, Virgils, and Salahs. So those are 3 we're saying can't be replaced. We said yes. Everyone on screen said yes.
Yeah, everyone did.
Talking about the conversation between Bradley and Fing. Zuberi didn't ask the question. So I'm confused in terms of when are we meant to have added this player that G's asking about. I'm surprised no one's mentioned a midfielder.
Nah, I get what you're saying that now, but all I said is we've done the general conversation, then we had a conversation about it, and the chat started putting in the names, and it came, and then I'm like, okay, everyone
was listening. I wasn't talking to.
So then I went. So the general consensus, it seems like, is that it's Virgil, Alisson, and Salah, because we had a whole conversation about Salah, we had a whole conversation about Virgil, and we had a whole conversation about Alisson with Kelleher just. So I just assumed that's my thing, and it obviously I'm not. I said everyone could just speak and talk when they talk, whatever, and that. But he was proving my point, and what G just said is I don't have a midfield to put in there anyway. You might have a midfield to put in there, and that's why I want to hear it. But for me, based off their Liverpool career and based off how good they are doing whatever now, no one's done enough to go, yeah, no matter what happens when Slot comes in, this guy definitely should play. Not one of them, apart from the guys I mentioned. But you lot can have a different opinion. That's fine. That's why. Because I
No,
want to
no,
hear
no.
everyone's opinion.
No, and this is what about, as in, I don't have no because I
Well,
don't.
gee, that's a
rate
great
them in-
question, though. It's a great
Exactly.
question.
Because
Ends, do
out of
you
four
have
of
a
us here,
midfielder?
none. Yeah, maybe
So that's why you
Ends
should
does.
ask
That's
the
calm.
question and then stop assuming that no one would answer a question you didn't ask in the first place.
But Ends, I would have thought that you would have had the common sense to understand that it was
No,
an
not really.
open-ended
Not
question.
really.
Nah, gee, you can't run man with the common sense. He came in with the cup of tea. He wasn't here for the show,
Bro, it was an open-ended question.
Like,
But he
it
wasn't
was
here the whole time.
He was here longer than me, so he even got the thing before I did. So it was an open-ended question.
When we was talking about Salah when I joined.
It was an open-ended question.
All right, man, them, listen.
Oh, so when we're having a conversation,
Because now it sounded like I'm dumb. Like I didn't. Bro, it was an open-ended question.
Savage, the next time you mention a player, I'm gonna be like, bro, I ain't even listening. Let's talk about someone else.
Why? But why would you do that?
Because
We were
we
flowing
was
in.
having a
Yeah, we were
conversation
literally
around-
flowing in the conversation.
No, but G,
The midfielder.
G, Ends wasn't listening to the stream. He just jumped in, so he didn't hear the stream.
Oh, so whose fault is that? That doesn't sound like it's a Savage.
Yeah,
fault
but
or
he
my
jumped
fault.
in
That's
on
Ends'
Salah.
fault then.
So
Yeah,
he
Zabiri,
didn't
you keep saying this, bro, but I cleared it up with G while Enz was on the screen, bro. So what?
And this is what I'm not understanding. This is because it's making me seem like rah, but like this was.
What
I thought it was an
I don't
open-ended question.
Listen, we just wasted 10 minutes arguing about a question that we didn't even get to answer because we're arguing about it instead of just going, so I just didn't get it. No one has to be wrong in the situation, man. You know what? Okay.
No, but someone is. No. There is a right
You know
and
what,
wrong
bro?
in this situation.
Nah, G, you should know this, innit? I'm gonna do the Michael Kyle thing. I'll be the bigger man. I got it wrong.
Oh, so when I said that, Savage,
I'm the
you
bigger
blew
man,
me
bro.
off.
Don't argue
You know
with
why?
me
Because
about
I'm a
being the bigger
literal
man. I'm the
person.
bigger man, blood.
I'm a literal person. When you say something, obviously I'm taking what you're
was
saying. Obviously, unless you're joking.
Man said I'm a literal person.
Sam,
You know?
What was the initial open-ended question? Apparently, so what was the question? So apparently, I didn't understand it. So what was the initial open-ended?
I said, is there any players in the
Mhm.
current Liverpool squad
Right.
that are nailed down in their position, regardless of what they've done? So basically,
Preseason match, yeah.
yes.
No. Finish off.
There's people playing in preseason now,
Mhm.
and there's players that ain't playing in it. But of all these players that come back, is there one who just nailed down? Because I said the likelihood is Slot has got his own system. He's going to have his own favorite players compared to what the fans want. And I'm guessing the fans will kick off if certain players get removed. But I don't think there's that many players who are cemented in the squad anyway. So who do you think is cemented in the squad, bona fide, no matter what? Based on
right there.
And
And stop
when
right
you
there.
guys were
Is
talking
that an
about Salah.
open-ended question?
That's
Yes or
when
no?
I jumped in
Yeah.
and carried on about the
Okay.
Salah.
No, that's all I need to know. Then it's an
So
open-ended
what's
question.
the confusion?
And you just heard it there. It's an open-ended question.
I know, and I said when he asked the question, he didn't direct it to anyone in specific. They were talking about Salah, and I jumped in and then spoke about Salah as well.
So
And then we moved to Virgil van Dijk,
Yeah.
then we moved to
I don't
Trent
understand
Alexander
why you
Arnold,
get-
and then we
I
spoke
don't
about.
know. I'm
Killer,
going to say
then we
that I
spoke
didn't
about
direct it
Vardy.
to anyone. I literally said man them, and then I asked the question.
Did you ask Zabiri? I'm saying, you didn't say ends. What do you think, or Zabiri? What you think? You left.
Well, no, he did. He did. So I picked it up
And
first.
said,
I
oh,
picked it
yeah,
up first.
Salah has been doing blah 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 blah.
So to G's point, and G, like I said, it's a
But
great,
what was
it's a
not
great
understood,
point.
bro? Confused.
No, Ends, I get what you're saying. But to G's point, the conversation we had, no one mentioned the midfield. And I understand, Ends, if you have a midfielder to mention, I feel like midfield is the only position for me. I don't know if G agree or Savage agree, where I can't say anyone is really nailed down. Because even when I asked Savage earlier in the stream about who starts, Elliot or Sabazalai, Savage was like, So I feel like the midfield for us is the only position that I don't know if anyone's really nailed down. I think fans are just waiting to see who runs the midfield. So do you have a midfielder, Ends, where you're like, nope, this guy got to be in there?
Thank you for asking the question. That's nailed on now.
Yeah, gotta start. That's all, guys.
Curtis did okay so far. Sobo has been the only one I'd say. Okay,
So Sobo's nailed down in midfield.
Not
the same
nailed,
way.
but he's the closest to being nailed on, I think, based on the two performances.
G, would you have a fringe man in there, G, or you think it's still open midfield?
From when I asked the question, I don't have nobody because there is no midfielders in this squad that are nailed down. But it now seems like, as Enz just said, outside of Zabozo, he thinks is as close, which means that he's not nailed down. Again, so we move. So what I originally said, which was it's funny no one mentioned a midfielder, still stands because no one's mentioning a midfielder that's nailed down.
Yeah,
That was all I said. That's all I said.
You want to triple down here and say Curtis Jones?
No, but Savage just said he's got him. He's not. There is no one. He literally said
there is
No. Earlier in the stream, Savage said
but
Curtis
when you-
is starting. Elliot is
No, but
starting.
when you asked that question earlier, you didn't ask who I wanted to start. You said who would start, and I'm doing it based on what I thought the manager would pick. So then when I said,
Well, obviously, three have got to start.
yeah. So when I said Harvey or Szoboszlai, is because that's literally what I think. I don't know if they want to play Szoboszlai further forward, but I did say to you, he keeps playing Harvey in every game, bruv. So I said I think it'll be Harvey, but I don't know, innit? Because if you're doing the Szoboszlai in the double pivot thing, I know when the season starts, it's going to be based on people's fitness. Also, a lot of the people are just going to play initially, not based on the talent. But that's my whole point. I'm just saying, like, I'm okay with the manager coming in, changing whatever he wants to change, because I don't think our squad has been good enough in terms of individuals where they've all cemented a spot. And the only ones I do think are of a superior level is Virgil and Alisson.
So
And
are we basing this off of preseason so far then? Are we
I'm
assuming
trying to do a combination of pretty much everything, but I don't.
Yeah.
because I'm talking from preseason because I'm talking from the new manager when he comes in. I can't be talking about Klopp and what that was done last year. I'm talking about now.
No,
So
I'm
looking
not
at
doing-
the team now, are we saying the manager you guys are saying the manager you don't think there's one midfielder ready to start the season?
It's not what I think. I'm on about you, not the manager.
Yeah,
So
there
you
is.
guys don't think- so watching the game, but we've watched the games. I'm just saying no one has like
They've all
done
been
this
good,
before he said
but
they
I don't
start.
think they've all been good. But I don't think anyone's done this like world class kind of performances in that where I'm like, yo, he definitely should play.
Oh, I see what you're doing.
So if the season started and the person who, I mean, Harvey and Carvalho probably stood out the most so far. If the season started and none of them played, depending on who they put in the other position, I could probably understand, bro. It's only really Harvey that's not been rotated in the 10 that much, man. I ain't really seen Szoboszlai in there or anything like that. But they are preseason games, isn't it? So
for me personally,
that's my thinking
I'm
behind it.
a Merchant Szoboszlai.
To start.
Me personally.
Yeah.
I wasn't like you said, Savage. I was coming from the manager's perspective of who the manager would definitely say, yo, this is nailed on him. But if it's me personally, I'm saying Gravenberch and Szoboszlai. Whether it's Harvey in front of him, McAllister in front of him, Curtis in front of him, I don't really care. But I don't think those would be nailed on. But for me personally, picking this team, I'm going Gravenberch and
I'm not trying to pick at your answer because everyone can answer how they want. What's the reason?
Well, the reason is I've just always been a Gravenberch fan. So when you ask the question, you ask it in an open manner of not just preseason. So that's why I'll go Gravenberch. And then when I was watching the game, doing a live stream, and the 200 plus people that was in the chat, they were feeling Gravenberch as well. Bad people was feeling Gravenberch in that game yesterday. So I'm like, you know what? Maybe people are coming around to see what I was seeing. So I definitely like that. For Szoboszlai, I've never doubted his qualities, and he showed it up the pitch and in that double pivot. So that's why I'm going both of them.
Fair enough.
Anyone agree with that pick?
No, I disagree wholeheartedly.
So being Curtis has been this last game he was okay as well, but the first two, bro, he was a bit kept getting tackled and giving the ball. Not say kept, but there's a few moments I'm like, bro, come on.
So for you, Enz, out of the midfield, is anyone with cemented? Because obviously it's everyone's answering that, but I'm gonna ask everyone the reasons for it. Because
based off his performance, scored in the first game, he looked good for me personally in that double 10. I think he played the position well, filled in when he needed to, and then he scored obviously his goal. The second game, he was disciplined in that double pivot. Obviously, put that block on Jesus, and then other than that, he was just moving around and protecting the back line. So I could see two sides of his game, and I didn't think the manager would have used him in that. Because in the first game, I'm like, oh, he's going to use him further forward, and then in the second game, I'm like, oh, so you're using him as a DM / double pivot. So I like it, man. I like what I saw from him. So I'll definitely say he's nailed on. He's close for me to starting the season and without no injuries. And I felt like if he played in Man United game, I think we would have seen even more because there was so much space for, especially the way that Man United was trying to press. There was space for him to exploit. And Harvey again was making them mad decisions as well, man. Again, it's winding me up with it.
Yeah, honestly, the next thing reason why I go Gravenberch, the praise people was giving Trey. The whole time he was doing his thing, I was just thinking, yo, that's something Gravenberch can do, you know, that's something Gravenberch have in his locker. and it's no disrespect to Trey or Gravenberch, not like that. The whole time Trey was balling out, all I was thinking about is like, yo, this will suit Gravenberch so much. So that's why I put him in there as well. So I'm not trying to like overlook any of the midfield. It's just what I saw from Trey and what I know Gravenberch should do. That's how Gravenberch made the list.
Yours is more on just like what you like more than what.
Yeah, based off what I like and what I see the manager trying to do. The players that I like can actually suit that. You know what I mean? You don't have anyone that you rate. That's
I changed my mind, man. I think McAllister, and that's it.
McAllister.
No, I'm thinking if I feel like. Yeah, I think it's honestly, thinking about him compared to the rest of the midfielder, I think he's way better than them. So yeah.
You can see in the double pivot how we might play. He will definitely dominate based on his skill sets we know he has, man.
Yeah, all the rest of the players in the squad.
Could it be a Mac and Subbo, and then because
I think this is the problem that I've got is that
we've got 2 more games left in it, and he can't play both. He can only play one because I think they're back to that game.
Oh, they're back. We're doing that one day.
I think he's either Saturday, Sunday, or Sunday we play one and then we play the other one later down. Can't remember how it works out. But
I think when I look at the team, with the midfield, I think there's a reason why he's tried so many different people because he's just trying to see who works. And again, this is what I said on my stream earlier on. This system doesn't work unless you've got the right profiles. Hence why I feel like he's going to need to sign someone to play in there because I don't think he has that player in there that he really wants to actually play. Hence why you're going to see Curtis Jones, Szoboszlai, potentially McAllister, Endo. That's too many players for you to be choosing from. That tells you that, fair enough, obviously he's got to see these guys first and foremost, but I think he would know by now. None of them probably do what I really want them to do. I'm going to need someone else in there alongside whoever you want to put there, Szoboszlai, McAllister, whoever. Just I need someone else alongside.
You think he needs them, bro?
I think he might be just looking at someone like I think it's going to need to be someone of a like Zubimendi level. And the reason I pick someone like him is that what he does it to a very high quality. Has been anyway for the last 2 seasons at a very high quality kind of level. I don't think we have someone in our team who does it at that level. I think there's players who can do it. But do you want just someone who can, he can do it, but it's not going to be at the high quality level, but it's going to be to a degree which may help us long term? I don't really know. I feel like he's going to need to really go and say, I need to get X player, whoever that is. I'm just saying Zubimendi is one player, but just whoever it is, I need to get that guy in there and then I can move forward, from there. Because otherwise, trying out all of these kind of players, at no point did he even try by Tečić, starting anyway in any of these games. So clearly that's another player who just kind of, you don't even really know. What did I say on your stream the other day ends about Szoboszlai? He doesn't have a position. And that's very evident in what we're seeing. He doesn't. Starting the 10, starting the pivot, what are you? Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, we're saying...
Just to be fair, context is we didn't have a striker, so he played in the double 10. We now have a striker, so he's probably tried him somewhere else.
But that point is invalid because Gakpo doesn't have a position and he turned up in a cup competition for us. So not having a position isn't a detriment; it's an asset.
But that's clearly one of the main problems that we've spoken about with Gakpo, and that's the main thing that people have told me anyway, which is if Klopp, and obviously this under the previous manager, if he had just played his quote-unquote position, we would have seen the best from him. What we've seen from Gakpo is he's played in midfield, he's played up front, he's played on the left. That's one of the reasons that general consensus has said Gakpo can't be here or he can't be in the team because he doesn't have a position. So how are you going to then say I'm not saying it's not a bad, obviously, of course, if you can play more than one position, I'm not saying that's a bad thing necessarily, but what I am saying though is that you being able to play more than one position, you have a base position though. You are a left back who can play right back. You are a central midfielder who can play other positions. You're not, I don't have a position, but I can play this position. No. You always have a base, but that should be one of one.
But Szoboszlai have his base position. Gakpo has.
What's the base position? What's the base position?
Bro, we're gonna act like Szoboszlai wasn't balling out in his base position before he came to Liverpool. Like he doesn't have to.
Have you seen and have you seen that at Liverpool since you've been here? Since he's
Yeah,
been
when
here?
he was playing in like that double 10, bro. That's exactly what he's known for.
Double 10.
No, but that's what I'm saying.
But
When
with the
have you seen
RB
that?
thing in
When
the
have you
first
seen that?
game, bro. The first game where he turned.
Oh, you're talking preseason.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Oh, so you're
preseason,
basing this
man.
off of one game? Okay, fair. I didn't know that.
No,
I'm
no,
basing
no,
this off
G.
his
No.
actual time here, bro.
G. Your question is, when have he ever played like his ideal preferred position? It was in that game. It's not his fault he wasn't given the opportunity under the other manager. Like, he hasn't been here for 3
But then
4
why are we
years.
basing it off of one?
Yeah,
like,
Do you think he was good enough?
there's no sample size. Like the sample
Yeah,
size
that's
is
my
literally
point,
half a
bro. Do
game.
you think
Like,
he was good? Do you think he's good enough in that double 10 to nail down a spot in the squad in that spot? Because I don't.
That's why but that's why I asked you the question earlier, Savage, where I said what the position Elliot is playing in, for me, always played in, is the Sabazalai position. That's how I feel personally, because where Elliot takes up in the game and what he does, that's what Sabazalai normally plays.
So right
And
sided 8.
Yeah, and then he'll drift into like the right wing, and the right wing will come in, and that's kind of like the dynamic of his game. So when I see Klopp not doing that, that was one of my frustration with Klopp. It's like, yo, you got these men, but you're not using them to their strengths.
Bro, Klopp did play him.
Right, but he was asking him more to do some defensive stuff. The stuff he's
Not
not
the whole,
asking
not
Harvey
the
for.
whole season. He just sucks, bro.
No. He was asking him to do the stuff Harvey couldn't do. Then when Harvey come on the pitch, he's not asking Harvey to cover Trent. I'm not trying to like.
but isn't that what
that
Slot got him to do in this game anyway, or in another game?
No. Slot
The
had him
defense-
just playing a double pivot, and he did it very well.
Yeah.
So what I'm trying to say is, I'm not trying to like pick at random things. All I'm trying to say is, G, your point is, yo, man don't have a nailed down spot. It's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just how we go about using it. So in the first preseason, we used them high. It was very effective. In this game, we used them low. Still very effective. So I don't want no one coming in like Carvalho, where he can only play one position. That is good, but it's not necessarily useful to the team. It's only useful for the player. Salah, he's only on the right wing. Okay, that's good for him, but currently it's also useful for the team. So that is okay. When a player like Gakpo and Sabazalai comes in, that is good, because then we can be more dynamic. We can set up. They're gonna be like,
then why can't you have that? That's
but that is what we have. So that is what we have. And
that's the point I'm trying to make, is that why can't we, like, you mentioned the Salah.
Oh, why we can't have the specialist? Because, bro, we currently have.
But it's not even about specialist. It's like saying you want Haaland to go out right wing. Well, he's the best striker.
No, that was going to be my point. That was going to be my point, bro. The general consensus of not Zabiri, obviously, not just. But
no, I'm not saying Zabiri.
General consensus of the fan base is, now we got Slot. Man ain't gonna do the square peg in round holes thing.
Literally, like
no. But
now I'm asking that they need to play more than one position.
Yeah, but it's not
square pegs, round holes again.
No, but it's still not to say you can't play it based on what the game and situation.
So what was wrong with what Klopp was doing then?
No.
Exactly.
Savage.
This is not making no sense anymore.
The instruction wasn't different.
Savage, thank you. The setup was different. The instruction was different. But my main disagreements, G, is we're undervaluing the players unnecessarily, bro.
I'm not undervaluing him,
bro.
I'm not undervaluing him.
Sabazalai is better than Elliot and any 6 that you can bring to put in that double pivot. And we already have him. So to throw him out because he doesn't have a nailed down spot, that's undervaluing him.
Better than any 6 who's
no. That's fair. If you believe that, cool. I don't believe that, so fair enough. It's just going to be a difference of opinion. That's in itself is fine. What I'm saying is everything
he mentioned Zubomendi. Is Zubomendi is going to come in and be a better performer in a double pivot than what we've seen from Sabazalai?
Yes,
in my opinion.
And what's the evidence?
You're basing Sabazalai off one preseason game, and
no. I'm not basing it off one preseason. I'm basing it off what the player's ability is.
You can't.
No. Zabiri, you're literally basing it off of what.
No. I'm telling you. You can't tell me. I'm telling you.
Okay. No, you're right.
We're saying Sabazalai isn't a baller.
No, Zabiri's right.
No. I never said.
We're saying Sabazalai isn't a baller. Then you're undervaluing him to my point.
You're right.
You're undervaluing the player. You're proving my point.
And you're overvaluing the player.
You're right. Me and G can't tell you what you're basing it on, but what I'm telling you is you're basing it on just a man's ability is crazy, bro. That's crazy. Then you might as well go get every wonder kid in the world.
And play them anywhere. Just play them because he can play any position.
Ability, bro. That doesn't make any damn sense.
How does that make sense?
What do you need? So what do you need? No, can I just ask a quick? I know Zubimendi is a baller, he can play, but I'm asking, what would he bring to the team differently than what Sobo brings in that position.
A lot more comfortable in possession, better passing range than Zabozalai.
Yeah.
Immediately straight away, more press resistant in my
Based
opinion than
on
Zabozalai.
he's in or in the Premier League.
Based on the league that he's obviously in.
So, but we know the
That's the
Premier
only
League
thing.
is more fast paced, so you get more time in the other leagues. We can agree to that.
Ends. Can I ask you a
But
question?
what has that got to do with?
Because
like,
that just sees how you play in a game, bro. If you get less time,
okay, then we can't sign anybody who's not from the Premier League.
That's what I was gonna say.
Like what?
Ends, I have to ask you this question. Ends, I have to ask you this question.
Big up AK, bro. Big up, brother.
What do we value players' value off of?
Big up.
Isn't it their ability?
Yeah.
So if I'm saying based off man ability, I'm rating them this highly, and these are saying, yo, I can't base nothing off man's ability. Isn't that undervaluing the player then?
That's not what anybody
Thank you
said,
very
though.
much.
No, but that's not what anybody said, though. That's
No,
literally
bro.
not what anybody
That's what I said. I said you're undervaluing
no.
Sabazalai. I said you're undervaluing Sabazalai to big up Zubamendi. And you said,
Bro,
what am I
I've
basing it off
seen-
of? And I said his
because
ability.
We've actually seen Zubamendi play this position
That's
more
what I was
than
gonna say,
one
bro.
We've never
preseason
seen it
game,
at
bro.
Liverpool, and we've
Once
never
one-
seen it in the Prem.
And
So
you've
you've
only
seen
seen
it in-
Sabazalai
okay,
one
you've
game in a
never-
preseason
that's
game
the
at
point. You've
Liverpool.
never seen
No,
it
I've
in-
seen Sabazalai all of last season.
And have you
Not
seen
even
Sabazalai in the Prem?
double pivot, you haven't.
Have you seen him in the Prem in the double pivot?
When we got sent off.
Bro, I've seen Sabazalai cover Trent, bro.
That's not a double pivot coverage.
Bro,
Trent.
Okay,
So
So where was Trent? Where was
Okay,
Trent
so
when he was covering
then
Trent?
that's fine. Then so Henderson's whole career at Liverpool was in the double pivot.
Spurs, we saw him do it, and he was very good.
When man got sent off, bro.
But he still
I'm
was
asking
good.
you, did he ever actually start a game in
The
a
Arsenal
double
team was
pivot
good
in
or
the
not?
Premier League, bro? The question I've literally asked, and in fact, you know what? Actually, let's even scratch that. Let's even scratch that. The point of this whole thing is that let me not say we because that is French, as Savage always says. I have seen
What is French, Scottish, or urine?
Sorry, I didn't know. I've seen Zubamendi in a double pivot in a lone six a lot more times than Zabozalai. Fair enough. If you've seen him in that one preseason game, I'm not disagreeing with that. That is absolutely fine. So my evidence isn't based off of preseason because it's preseason. Like I can never base any ability off of that. I have to literally base him off of what I've seen in a competitive league. And on top of that, I've then seen him in the Euros, which he then also played that role absolutely calm. Not the greatest, but he played it calm. So if you're going to say based on ability, you've never ever seen it in a Premier League competitive game. So how can you then base your opinion on an ability you've never ever seen?
Ability. The word ability is the ability
to do something. Yeah.
No. Let's break down to do something. No, let's break down to do something. I'm going to break it down. In its football context, passing.
Something that we've all said he can't do.
Touches.
So go on. Next one.
No. We're going to get into it, bro. We're talking about passing ability, defending ability, pressing ability, driving with the ball, a good shot on him, mind you, right? And I'm saying to you, based off Sabazalai ability, bro, for us to undervalue that to go get a next man is ridiculous, bro. Because
he's a specialist in that position. Why wouldn't you do that?
Bro,
that's crazy.
So Zubamendi has a better shot on him than Sabazalai.
I don't need a double pivot to have a better shot, but go on next question.
No. Here's what I'm asking.
No,
G, you said what you said. Here's what I'm asking. De Gea had, let's say, 10 abilities. De Gea had 9 out of 10. Manu undervalued De Gea and threw him away for the one thing he didn't have and got a goalkeeper that had the one thing De Gea didn't have, but is lacking the other 9. That's where my undervaluing the player comes from. Sabazalai offers more to this team than one specialist double pivot guy can bring to the team. That is my point. You're undervaluing the guy based off one flawed area. You're undervaluing Sabazalai to bring up the next man.
But again, that's your opinion. Everything you just said, I don't think that Sabazalai is better than Zubamendi. So I'm not going to sit here and say that. I think.
Well, you just said shot. And you said you don't care about
no. You mentioned shot. I said I don't need my double pivot. I couldn't care less. That's not a statistic.
But then you just having the guy standing in one position on the pitch. What happened to in transition, out of transition?
But you just mentioned all of the other things that you just mentioned. Zubamendi is better at.
That's why.
Where's Zubamendi going to be on a low block?
That's why most people's double pivot.
Where's Sabazalai going to be on a low block?
No, but
at the edge of the box, whipping in things in the top bins, bro.
That's the reason that most people's double pivot are the lowest goal scorers in their team, bro. So bringing up the ability to shoot and that, bro, that's like bringing up the left back and right back's ability to shoot, bro. When the main thing.
But Zabiri's right. Zabozolai is a better. Like he is definitely 100%.
Yeah, but you're not undervaluing. Like, you're not undervaluing, man. It's just that it's not his position, bro. It's not even a flaw. It's just not your thing, bro. Like you wouldn't go, oh, we're undervaluing Kelleher because you don't want to play him up front. It's just not his position,
bro. Like it's a mad thing. I'm saying.
The actual quote was, "There's nobody you could bring who could be better than Szoboszlai in the 6."
Yeah.
Well, there is.
I never said 6. I never said 6.
The double pivot. The double pivot. Well, there is everyone who's good in the double pivot, bro, because he don't play that, bro. And you're basing it just off ability, bro. But that surely you want to see evidence on the pitch, bro. Not ability, what you just know he's got.
Here's where it's not definitive.
Hey, do you know
Here's where it's not definitive. Trent was the best right back in the world, and he wasn't a right back. You know why? Because of his ability at right back. And that's what I'm saying about Szoboszlai. I am not gonna undervalue my player for some unknown Danny in some league.
He's not unknown.
Don't even rate.
He's unknown to you. He's not unknown in the world.
No. I know Zubomendi, but he's not my top 5 double pivot guy.
Name your top 5 double pivot guys, bro.
Passing at Preseason.
And actually, name 4 because Szoboszlai's in there based on what you just said. In fact, Szoboszlai's number 1. You said
No.
No, he's
trying to screw it. Let me answer your question.
Okay.
Let me answer your
Let
question.
him answer.
Douglas Luiz,
Yep.
Gimaresh, Paulina. I'll put Rice up there. And that's 4.
I'll argue the Rice one, but the other ones.
But no. But it's finance. But I just want to show these men Zubomendi in top 5.
That's great. So where the hell does Szoboszlai fit into that? Because he's not even in the top 10.
But he's a Liverpool player. Once again, I'm not downgrading my player just to prove some next man's value, bro. That is my actual argument. I'm not shitting on Liverpool.
So you don't want something better
because
you have something here already?
No, but bro, you're disrespecting the value of the player.
You know, I'm actually starting to understand what you mean, but it would make more sense if he was undermining him in his actual position, bro. But we're not.
Thank you. Then this argument would have made more sense.
Someone who's a specialist in their position to somebody that you've seen play 1 game there, bro, in preseason when it doesn't even matter.
That is the part that's the whole confusing, argument, man, so much, bro. Because I'm like, you're literally gonna say that's like trying to compare like Erdegaard, I don't know, with like Saka, and I'm like, well, he ain't. I'm like, but they don't even play the same position.
For example, G, if it was another number 10 and you started mentioning other number 10s to come to Liverpool, and you were saying that's Szoboszlai's position or the right side of the day, then what Zabiri said will make complete sense.
Oh yeah, 100. But I wouldn't argue that. I wouldn't even argue
already. Why would you need to buy a player? But like, that's not the position, isn't it?
You know what?
Can I just quickly jump in?
Go ahead.
While you guys were talking, I had to go and compare the 2 players, and I know we don't do the stats thing all the time.
No. Run your thing,
compare them to see the argument that.
Yeah, we all know that you're not going to run to stats when it's
no, because
no. It's
conversation because we were talking about passing, shooting, and all that. So and then G said no, he's better in his opinion. So I compared the 2 players. That's not a fact. The fact is Sobo is better in all those areas that Zabiri he's better.
So on the double pivot,
undervaluing players' ability.
No. Fairs. If it's in the double pivot, then fairs.
I'm not arguing what you prefer. I'm just saying I went and compared it to see if he is better or not. But factually, he's not. He's not better.
So if Kelleher has more passes than say Konate, would we then say that
made more passes than but Zubomendi made more passes than Sobo last season? But he's not better overall on the actual stats.
So what are you checking it on?
No.
What are you checking on? Like, what? That is the most useless stat that we're even comparing.
Are you
different positions.
Is the stat based on Szoboszlai? Is the stat based on Szoboszlai in a double pivot and Zubomendi in double? Because if it isn't,
but that doesn't change your passing, though, does it, sir?
It doesn't change. Thank you, and
it doesn't change
your passing.
It doesn't matter, bro.
It doesn't change your
then what Jesus said about Kelleher stands, then that's fine.
No. But if you can pass, you can pass. If you can control the ball, you can control the ball. It doesn't matter where on the pitch you control it, bro.
Oh, Zabiri, you're trying to have the argument when I mentioned Curtin's passing earlier and you tried to sniff at it.
No. Savage. That's a different conversation. The conversation I'm talking about is football and ability. So whether you can cross the ball on the right side of the field or the left side of the field, it's still passing, isn't it, Savage? The Curtis thing, me and you, we always have that. That's kind of like a me and you thing, you being the head of that league and whatnot. But the point I'm trying to make is you can't tell me, oh, Nunez scored all of his goals off the left, so he must be a left winger. That's the same argument we're having. You can't say, oh, because he was standing in the double pivot on the team sheet, he's just going to stand in that position when we're against a low block. No, man has got to move with the pattern of play. Man's gonna have to move with the transition. What I'm saying, so Barzalai brings more to the game and our team that Zubimendi can, bro, because he's been
And
here.
I
He
said,
understands a lot more.
No, and I said that is fine. If that is your opinion, that is cool.
No, but
I'm not gonna. Oh, that's cool for me. No, I don't want Szoboszlai. If I had a choice of getting a
And that's what-
Zubimendi, who I feel is a better player in a position that he actually plays, not in a position that we think he can play because we see it one
So the
time.
new, okay, that's fine. I get it now. So the new thing is, if you're an expert in one position and someone else isn't, but their ability is supposed to be better, they're better than you. Got it.
No, I think
no, Savage. Don't go down that
I'm gonna
road.
hold it against you lot forever now.
No,
Of course.
Savage.
But there's going to be backtracking. There's always going to be backtracking.
Savage.
Yeah.
Savage.
What did I say to you yesterday? Ends. I said
Savage.
I'd rather play Gordon up front than Nunez. You sniffed at it straight away. He doesn't even play though.
Savage. Can I say something? Ends, real quick. The only expert we have in our team in the 6 is Endo. To your point, Savage.
Agreed.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
No one values that. The point you're making, G, you're right. My opinion is your opinion, but the thing that I caveat my opinion with, G, is I feel like we're undervaluing our players' ability just because we want to bring some next guy. And you're saying, well, the next guy is a specialist in his position. But we currently have a specialist that we don't even value. So my original rebuttal to your thing, G, is I'm tired of people undervaluing our players. Because when we have a specialist, you don't value the specialist because he's just a 6 and he ain't good enough. Well, he's the only specialist we have. And man don't rate Hendo for that. So Barzalai doesn't have a place.
No. But we don't.
No, I'm not talking about you. I'm not talking about you. I'm just saying.
No, but I'm saying even the general consensus don't rate Hendo. Don't rate Endo, not because of the sheer fact that he's a 6. It's because what the 6 requires under slot anyway, he ain't good at that. So of course people ain't gonna rate that. He being a normal 6, yeah. He's a 6, he's a specialist, but what slot requires, he's not good at doing.
Nah, bro, they've been not rate Hendo before slot.
No, I know. But I mean, in terms of this system, we definitely need to get rid of someone like Endo because you're not good at that job anyway.
Right.
And I'm not saying that. Yeah, you're right, 100%. People haven't been rating Endo for years, and etc. But
he's
when
the
I'm just
best 6 we have, you know, and we'll rather put
you're right.
in there.
He and this is the point I'm trying to make is that all it is again, it's just going to come down to preference. For me, just me personally, again, when I'm looking at the 2 players, I'm like, you're going to. If even to use your word in terms of undervalues of Barzalai so much so that you're going to negate his best attributes to play him in a position that he's not really that great at because he can do some of the things on the tick box list. So when I'm saying you can bring in someone who is and probably ticks give or take all the boxes, I'd rather you just go and do that. I'd actually just rather you go and do that, as opposed to putting Szoboszlai in there, where I would prefer that 10 position that we saw in the other game. I would prefer him to play there because I know I've seen that at RB Leipzig. So I know if I see that more potentially at Liverpool, okay, let's see that and then let's see how he moves from there. Putting him in a position that very foreign to him just because of his attributes, I just feel like you're going to start to negate the main attributes that he's probably really good at just to fill in a role, which is the problem that everybody had with him under Klopp. So he can do the job. We know defensively, press, he can do, he can do all of that. But guess what? People weren't happy. Why? Because over a period of time, he's gonna stink up. Why? That ain't his position, man.
Yeah, that's my point.
That ain't his role. You need to play someone like him.
The further up the pitch because it's wasted.
Yeah.
He was just saying he felt like we were just undervaluing our player to bring someone else in.
But he also said he wanted Szoboszlai further up the pitch, but now he's happy to play him in a double pivot instead of just getting the right person for the right job.
No. The thing N said is the main double down point there. But I hear what you're saying. I do agree further up the pitch, but I just don't want to undervalue him because the McAllister thing.
But we're undervaluing him now by putting him in the
problem.
No. G, I get what you're saying, but I'm talking about to bring someone else in. So, like, if we have the guy, use him like Gomez. You see how Gomez was useful utility guy. I'm not saying we want a bunch of utility man or even
I get you.
Gakpo. All I'm saying, G, if we have the players, let's just use what we have. Because I just don't want to just dash man out, not use man just to bring other men in. If
but
we have them here, bro,
I don't want to dash him though. I'm saying you play him further forward.
Exactly. And this is fine. I just want to know that. I want to know what was the whole argument about before then, when Klopp's playing people in different positions. They can play there, but they're not the best at it. Might as well have just kept it then. I don't know what everyone was moaning about. It's exactly what
I don't think none of us moan. Maybe, I don't know. Enzo, you moaning about the all over the place thing with Klopp?
With Sobo, yeah.
And
Like-
Gakpo.
Yeah, but
I
that
did
was
it with a load of players. Zobo,
he's a
Gakpo,
left winger.
Curtis
We
Jones,
utilize
like,
a different position. I don't get the point.
It's a valid point. What you're saying about Szoboszlai is what Klopp did with Gakpo,
I
bro.
didn't say anything. I'm just backing what Zabiru was saying.
Back in what Zabiru's saying is agreeing with what he's saying.
No, but
and-
I'm backing the point that he said he'd rather keep someone instead of dashing someone. That's what I'm agreeing with.
But G never said anything about dashing anyone. We just said.
And then
So
G
it's like-
his point
but-
said he was better in certain things, and I went and checked, and he's not.
No, the
I
other
haven't
piece
agreed
with
or
the
disagreed in terms of whatever. I'm just saying I'm not here to dash man out just to get someone else.
Why?
Yup.
I need to ask this question. Why do you like go to extremes, bro? Nobody.
no.
Dashing
Yeah,
man
yeah,
out.
all right.
Man said
Savage,
that it's
Savage.
better in
Can
the-
I
it's
ask you a
better-
question?
No, because Zabiri mentioned the position. We started off with Harvey.
Yeah.
And you said, wait, let me speak, blood. You said that man, you was on about the right side of the 8 and the 10, bruv, and you started off with talking about him being better in that position, and then all of a sudden, the same convo ended up with him being in the double pivot. You're undervaluing him in the 10 by playing him in the double pivot. That's what you're doing, bruv.
Can I say something with the Klopp playing people out of position? Nunez, we brought him in, and he wasn't working through the middle. And Klopp tried him over on the left, right? I'm not saying he got more gravy off the left, but when you have players that can play in multiple positions, sometimes, let's say we give Szoboszlai a run in the right side at 8, and it's not working out. Selling them then doesn't make sense, so we can put them in a double pivot. So it's good to have players with range of position and ability in the team. And that's why I don't want us to know one guy. If you get the one guy and he doesn't quite cut it, you're stuck with a guy who doesn't cut it that you're going to have to off the books. So when you have a guy like Gakpo, okay, the guy through the middle wasn't working. Let's slide Gakpo in there. Okay, it works in some moments. So that is where I'm talking about the value G, where when you can have a guy, because Szoboszlai right side 8 may not work every game. We might just need a guy like Szoboszlai in the double pivot.
You're making a valid point. You're making a valid point.
But it is context to all over the place.
Yeah, because all the other players you were talking about, they played in the other positions before, or even before those at Liverpool. But the one person you talk about now just doesn't even play in this position, bro. So you are basing it off one game, bro, and this ability.
But it's not even that. When you mentioned there about the Gakpo and stuff like that, and goes back to what we were talking about earlier on, Liverpool were I don't know about now, but were willing to bring in another left winger. This is from a guy who can play in multiple positions in terms of Gakpo, to bring in another guy who I think someone here on the panel mentioned can potentially play on the right or through the middle. So you're going to bring in another guy who can play in all of these said positions that the guy that you've already got here can do. So does that not tell you that clearly that guy here isn't good at that? That's the point I'm trying to make with even talking about this whole DM situation. Yeah, Gordon.
But what if we then just move Diaz over to the right hand side? Then it wouldn't make an issue. Then it would just have 2 right wingers and 2 left wingers.
You'd have 3 left wingers. You still got 3 left wingers.
You'd play Gordon in his natural position, which is left. That's where he played, and everyone said he was the best left winger in the league last season. Not going to disagree. You got Gakpo that I would love to see play there through and through, and then you have Diaz, where we saw in moments when people said he couldn't play there. We saw him play there, and he looked okay. You could move him across there and say, "Listen, you and Salah."
So now we.
And then thing. But no, it solves the issue instead of creating more problem. You want to create more problem by just use the narrative, we're signing another player. I'm giving you a solution. Move Diaz, then that's
But you've literally created a problem. You created a problem in a position that didn't.
Or we have a rotational with Salah, and we also have rotation for the left.
But this is the point. This is what Savage is literally just talking about. And what we're saying, we're doing the square pegs, round holes. So just to benefit you, who wants to have such and such there, you want to put Diaz right winger. He's not a right winger.
But we've seen him play there, bro, and he done well when he played
exactly. And we've seen Szoboszlai play in some positions, and we still potentially are looking for other players. Just go and sign the player who can play there.
Instead of using the narrative and agenda you're saying, we're signing 3 players.
No. I'm saying you sell one. No.
Can I ask you a question on this? Can I ask you a question on this?
Solution, bro. Why would we sell one when we don't have?
Can I ask G a question on this solution thing that you're talking about, round pegs and square holes? Lucho left wing hasn't really lit the Premier light, right?
Yeah.
What if we move him to the right and we start getting more result? Would you then be happy that we're giving him an opportunity to probably, be more of use to us than just say, okay, we're gonna have to let you go because you're not quite working out on the left. Because we're talking about one of the best left wingers last season versus a quote unquote underperforming left winger at our club. So if we bring in this left winger, we can be like, bro, you didn't quite cut it. That's why we're bringing in this guy. But you know what? We'll give you an opportunity on the right. Would that be a bad thing? I think personally that'd be great.
No. I totally agree with you. Now I'll flip it on his head. What if he stinks at right wing? Now you just
then we sell him. Yeah, because we sell him because we've given him a fair opportunity in his preferred position and the backup position.
Are we not seeing a good games of him on the right hand side when he played it?
No, but he's saying
definitely
up long term.
Right. Long term. If that was his position, you said to me, we're going to sign Gordon, but you know what, Diaz, you're only going to be the right winger backup. So you're not going to play that many games, but in the games that you do play, you're going to play on the right wing, and then he stinks it up. Now we're left in that same position where you could just let him go.
Would you? Okay, we've got Gordon. Say we get Gordon in, right? And they say we have to move Diaz over there. Would you prefer? Obviously, Mo would be the star. We know this.
Yeah.
Mo then gets injured, and we sold Diaz. You happy for someone else to go there instead of
thinking, if who gets injured? If who gets injured?
Salah gets injured, and we've sold Diaz now because we want to sell one to bring one in your words. Sell him, bring in Gordon. So now we've got two guys on the left. That's fine. Mo gets injured. Now we don't have no one on the right. Wouldn't you think actually? We've got Diaz, run Diaz over there. And I know you're saying he could have stinkers. I'm not predicting the future. He could. But
he could be good as well.
Than what we have currently in the squad. Instead of having Mo gets injured.
No. I put that in that context. I have to obviously, of course, I would agree with you because someone is better. To me, in that situation, someone's just better than no one. I actually couldn't even care less. Ben Doak could go there for all I care because it just wouldn't make any real difference to me anyway. Because the reality is, when the main guy comes back, he's more than likely probably going to slot, unless Diaz is like world godly in that position, and then of course he can stay in that position, and then Salah of course has to fight his way. But Ben Doak could easily do the exact same thing in terms of as long as you're good enough, then you can also stay in that position. But this is where the incompetence level would come in for me, is that you're gonna then say if you did sell like whoever, or you don't have someone on that right side, that is always been my issue. That is the problem that we seemingly have now, is that we have nobody who can realistically play on that right side. We have players who we don't mind seeing here every now and again and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, fairs, but we don't have no specialist right winger other than Ben Doak, really and truly. So that I feel like that's even more of a bigger problem. The left wing shouldn't even really be touched anyway. That's why I'm so baffled with Gordon. We have two left wingers, but that tells me you don't rate them playing on that side. Okay, get in your other one. That's fine. But then even to your point, it's even more peak because it even tells you they don't rate them. If Gordon comes in and he starts, he does it.
Can I ask you this then? So you in that same breath with that same understanding, you saying we didn't rate Mane when we signed Salah because we moved Mane because of Salah?
We had no other wingers at the time. I don't believe.
No, but based on what you're saying if we sign someone else, and we're like, nah, big man, we signed the right winger, but we're shifting you to the left. You're gonna have to go over there. Are we saying we didn't rate Mane in that particular moment? Why we signed Mo Salah?
Let's put you to say we definitely thought that Salah was a better right winger than Sadio Mane. That was a fact.
I don't know, bro. I don't know.
It literally panned out that's exactly
it panned out. But at the time, it wasn't.
Salah was.
How couldn't it have? So
bro,
why
Mane got the fastest hat trick in the Prem, bro.
Yeah, but of all the experience you saw of Salah playing football before Mane was even on the scene, you would know that that's the side Salah plays on, isn't it?
No,
exactly.
But,
so guys, what we do it. Generally, what we do.
Salah was better than bro.
You said
everyone viewed Salah as a failed guy at Chelsea.
No, but you
I don't know why you keep saying that, because he literally then had like 2 seasons in Italy where everybody then rated him afterwards.
This is what,
but no one rated him higher than Mane, bro.
You
says
said
you. I've never heard that.
Rate the other 2 guys, right? I'm saying in that same breath, are you saying we didn't rate Mane then because we signed the right winger while we had a right winger? Why didn't we just go and sign a left winger?
Because they'd rather get a specialist right winger. Then you can move Mane over to that side.
Winger, bro. That's where he played.
He wasn't a specialist right winger. That was the problem.
That's where Mane played, right wing.
For Liverpool, but that wasn't the position that he was always playing for Southampton, where he was playing up front, off the left. So, of course, put him over there.
That's mad.
Yeah, I know, because clearly you weren't watching.
Mane was a right winger, bro. When was Mane a left winger?
You never saw Mane play left wing for Southampton.
He
You're
was
gonna
a
have to
right-
go back
Nah,
and
it
do
was
the
still the
tape.
middle, G. It was still the middle. It was still the middle.
You know what, Sabiri? Thank you. Even said that. So clearly,
No,
we're
no,
not
but what
seeing
I'm
right
trying to
winger
say
then.
to you
But we're
is
not seeing right winger then.
no, but G, the argument still stands. Like Mane played through the middle, and we used him right wing, and it was very effective, and then we'll move him over the left. It's because of his footballing ability why he's able to do that. And to the other point, you're basically saying we wasn't rating Mane, that's why I went and got Salah. But to your point, you're saying we went and got the specialist right wing, and we just moved Mane because of his ability. With that being said, it's
Why
the
don't
same
you?
thing.
Okay. No. I was just about to say. So do that with Szoboszlai because of his ability. Put him in the 10 position. Go and get me the specialist who can
think
play in
we
the
would.
double pivot. Then.
But why
Do
don't
the
we
same
just get
thing.
a specialist 10? So if we're getting a 10, that means
Okay,
we don't rate
cool. If
McAllister
you want to
in the
get
10 then.
no.
Especially 10
Oh, now McAllister, bro, is weird. Don't throw McAllister.
Again, we're moving goalposts.
No. So we don't
Szoboszlai
rate
isn't.
Elliott in the 10.
So Szoboszlai not the specialist 10 now.
You man tell me?
When
You tell us.
you
tell us.
No,
was
Savage,
you
I
talking about
asked
him
you
playing in
who's
the-
starting between Elliott and Szoboszlai, and you didn't give me one. So that means you don't rate Szoboszlai like that then.
Okay, G, because I know you're gonna.
Yeah.
Didn't I say that when he asked me that question earlier, I was speaking in as if I was the manager who was gonna start. But if I was gonna start one, I'd start Harvey. You said that that's his position where he plays the 10, and then I said, well, we don't play a 10, so we got right sided it, and you went yes. So that means you're saying Szoboszlai the specialist 10. So why would we go get one then? Play him in the if he's the specialist 10, he plays there, and you go get the one what you don't have in the double pivot. That makes more sense.
So who's the next double pivot guy? Who's the next double pivot specialist we have to the point we only missing one? Because I don't think we have a double pivot specialist guy.
I'm not saying we've got one. I'm saying that Szoboszlai isn't one, bro.
No. My
That's
point
the whole
still
argument.
stands.
Ain't about
We
whether we've got one or
don't
not.
have one right now. Ends. It takes two to play double pivot, right? And we don't have one right now. The only one we have closest to one is Hendo, and he's probably out the door, which is fine. There's other position where we require specialists. Why is it the double pivot so pivotal when we have a bunch of guys that can rotate in there?
No. This was what you're saying now wasn't my argument in the first place. So
No.
this
I'm
doesn't
not saying it was. I'm asking a question now. This is a new question.
So why can't we use somebody else instead of getting somebody else?
No. So to End's point is, if we buy a guy in a position that we already have, it's probably because we don't rate the guy, right? So we don't have a double pivot.
No. Sorry.
Makes sense.
I need you to go. I need to go back. Because you keep saying this word, don't rate. We just don't rate them in that position. That is it. It's not that we don't rate them. It's just in that said position. Same with the Sadio Mane point that Enzo trying to.
Okay, so the
it's just in
Gakpo
that
point is we
position.
don't rate Gakpo as a left winger. Then if we go and get the left winger, was that the same point?
I'm not Liverpool Football Club. Hey, they were the ones who were trying to do the deal, not me. I never even asked for them at the beginning of the season.
Getting Salah when we had Mane right wing, that means we never rated Mane right wing after we saw him cook up their teams on the right.
Okay, like I said, I'm not Liverpool Football Club. You need to stop trying to read between the lines when
No,
the
I'm not
club
reading
are
between.
showing
I'm asking you,
what
bro,
they're
because
doing.
this is your argument.
No. But I'm telling you, like it's literally in your face. It's slapping you in your face. But for some reason, we keep trying to. Yeah, because bro, like, why do we need to take things like reading between the lines? They are showing you they did not rate this guy in that position, just in that position, not him as a player, just in that sole position. Guess what? They wanted to sign a specialist. Why? Because they thought he would be better in that said position. But this player is still good. He's still
All
good
right.
though, so we can move him to another position.
I'm jumping out. This is my last question, and I'm jumping out. If Liverpool doesn't sign any player, can we just take that as an indication that Liverpool don't rate no other player than the player they have?
Of course you can, because clearly they don't think anyone's better.
It just means that the new manager he sees something that somebody else doesn't, and he thinks that he can utilize them in whatever.
Based on the quality the player have right now, then, right?
Yeah,
on
100%.
Evidence though, and you don't have it.
No.
Based on the player, the manager, based on the ability that the manager sees.
Based on the evidence.
So that means fans.
Based on evidence.
Undervaluing the player.
It's not undervaluing, but you keep. And this point, what you do isn't landing.
Big up your damn self, Enz. I'm glad you came through. G,
this point,
legend. I'm gonna be watching your stream as I
hear it, man. I hear it, man. Speaking loud doesn't mean that the point landed. It hasn't landed.
Savage? Keep it savage as always, man. You know the vibes.
The plane you're trying to land has no wings, bro.
Nah, I did the fake. I'm jumping out. I just wanted that moment still, but nah. It was a great debate.
It's a great point, man. Listen, do we need to sign someone, a specialist in there? Possibly, but we're not playing with a lone six anymore, bro. So we probably have to sign a double pivot guy that can play through the line. Maybe Zubimendi is the guy.
Listen,
we'll never know. We'll literally never know.
I swear it ends. My thing isn't even the fact that you can't use no one else in there who's in our team. It was just the fact that I don't know in the same breath, Szoboszlai is supposed to be the guy who's in the 10, and that's his proper position, and he's great in it. But you want to play him somewhere else. When you're great at something, they don't want to play you somewhere else, bro, because you're that good. That's why De Bruyne has one of the best shots in his team, and he doesn't play up front, bro. Because
do you know the only way I can try and add to it, Savage, is he probably best way I can try and look at it. Maybe his skill sets, he could play in two positions. Yes, we could utilize him in the 10 and go, right, that's your best position or whatever. But you also skill sets is you can play in double pivot. He could probably look around the squad and go, even your mediocre skill set is still better than some of the other guys we have that can't play in the double pivot. So we're going to have to use you here and then utilize someone else in the 10, even though you're best in the 10, because the other guys can't play in the double pivot as well as you.
No, what you're saying does make sense, but then it also says that he ain't that good in the 10 either. Then.
No, if you look at it both ways, you can.
I don't know any manager. If the person's perfect in a position, that you're gonna move him because someone else
massive gap in it, you leave like a.
Yeah, that's normally when you do buy somebody, bro, because you don't trust the rest of the people.
And that's what I think they probably thought, because they don't rate Wataru, bro. But as I said, this 6 that everyone wants, the destroyer that's going to be sitting in there on his own, I don't think.
No, I hear that, because I don't think it's going to be a 6 either. And that was my point. Like, I didn't want to keep going into it, but like, even with the double pivot thing, bare people don't grow up playing in a double pivot, bro. They're normally a midfielder or a defensive midfielder, and then they get to a club where they play. Like, I say the one in the double pivot before Brighton, bro. But now he's the double pivot guy on it. And McAllister wasn't always playing in the double pivot. So it ain't the fact that people can't play there. All I was trying to say, and that was my argument, is just that, and it's Zabir is allowed to do that, but I just couldn't look at a man's ability only and then go, yeah, he can play there. And not only did he say that, he said there's nobody else. I didn't bring up bringing anyone else to the club, but when you said there's no other person that you could bring to the club that can be better in that position, it's crazy to me because one, you don't have much evidence of him playing there anyway. And two, yes, his ability, but that means you think his ability is better than everyone else in the world too, bro?
Yeah, but none of us knew Mane was going to be the best left winger in the world. So none of us know Szoboszlai is going to be the best double pivot this season. We don't know. We don't know. And since he's my player, and I'm going to back my player.
But I reckon we would have just sold Mane and get someone else in. Simple.
But that is a bigger gamble, though, because you could be talking about playing a winger just on the opposite wing, but it's still a winger compared to.
But midfield is midfield, bro. Whether it's up top or down low, bro.
No, it's not, though. It's not, though.
Szoboszlai is our only midfielder that can make an impact on both ends of the pitch.
If it was the same, then McAllister would still be in the 6 now, and everyone no one would be moaning. If midfield just midfield, bro. Nobody wants to be there.
Midfield, every position is different.
As soon as Wataru started having a couple of good games and that, man was like, yep, that's it. Get McAllister out there. We never want to see him there again.
Yeah, because Wataru was a specialist.
Oh, so now we want to.
No. Like, you might not hearing trigger words. And
but I'm saying if McAllister was even dope at that position, but not a specialist, they would have said, put Wataru there so we can play McAllister further forward. They wouldn't have said.
That's what I was saying the whole time.
No, but most people weren't saying just move them. They were saying get him out of there. I never want. Bro, it's not made up. It's on. I never want to see him there again, blood.
No, I was definitely one of those people.
And even man was started bringing up stats that I didn't even see. Like he got ran past more than anyone else in the league.
That's still.
but like I said, my point is, whether it's one game or not, under the new manager, there's only been 3 games, right? So the one game makes no difference. The one game he was up top, it was good. The one game he was in a double pivot, it was also good. So if I'm a new manager and I'm looking at that ends, that tells me, oh, raw, I got a guy I can use up there and I got a guy I can use down here. Why would I then want to go out and get a specialist when I have a guy that shows me he can play in both? You know what? I'm going to back this guy. I'm going to value what this guy's shown me.
And you are right to think that that's fine. But all I'm saying is that manager is risky because he's only basing off a preseason game where the teams that you're playing against don't even have their whole team. Everyone's not back fit. The player that you're talking about doesn't even have all of his players around him. There's so much different things. Some people end up to fitness compared to starting in the Premier League and the Champions League and the FA Cup and the League Cup. Because once the transfer window is closed, It's closed till January, bro. So then you're stuck. And we know in the league, 2 losses, bro, early. It's over for you, bro. You might not even make it again. Not to mention that most people don't even think we're going to win the league anyway, which is fine. So that means that Liverpool have to be damn near perfect to even have a chance. And as I said, I don't know. You don't know. That's fine. I agree that we both don't know. But it's risky, bro. It's risky.
So this who is it that if we sign, say, the Zubimendi, because he's the name that got brought up, is that a bit more? We're a bit more confident in terms of like we're settled now. Got a double pivot guy. We got someone that can do the tackling.
I'd be more confident.
Yeah.
I'll be more confident in Champions League because that would require some rotation, especially playing like a Sunday, Wednesday, Saturday type of fixture. He would assure me like, yo, we have the quality in there. Because even though I'm saying Sabazza, like, who said this? Alexander, yeah. I mean, Luke B said it. If Sabo gets injured, then we're still back in that same spot where we're talking about letting Diaz go and bringing in Gordon. So it's still one of them ones.
Yeah.
And G, you never mentioned like selling them or getting rid of them. I was just thinking more so of the lines of I'd want man to run in there, man, get some rhythm in there because from the 2 games, I'd want him to get rhythm in the 10 if that's available for him. And I would also want him to get rhythm in a double pivot if that's what's also available for him. Because we still have McAllister. Where does he play in the team?
Very true.
We got Gravenberch. Where does he play in the team? So I just want the guys to get rhythm in there because we have a lot of Curtis, bro. Curtis, he needs rhythm in a position as well. So for me, I feel like our midfielder, barring Elliott and maybe Carvalho, bro, they all have this mixed bag of running in and out of the double pivot and in and out of the 8 where we don't really know where man's standing on business at. Or is it just me?
No. So basically, everything you just
agree.
said was the start of my question an hour ago, bro. That's why I asked which man is cemented, and no one told me any midfielder.
And no one mentioned midfield because they're all over the place.
I said,
and then I changed my mind and said McAllister just because I know that to me, he's better than all the other midfielders. It doesn't mean he's the best midfielder in the world, but to me, in our squad, he's better than all the other midfielders
based on ability,
based on evidence of ability.
Yeah,
not man telling me his ability based on.
Bro, you just who had ability.
because it's very important.
It's triggering, man, bro. I don't know why.
You know why? Because you know the fans who don't watch football games and that, and they go and get stats, and they go, okay, bro, well, he's got this many goals, so his ability is shooting, and that must be great, and blah blah must be great. You know, and let me wait there. You know who that was with? Darwin Nunez, blood.
You know what happened. Shout out to Ends, man, bringing in the stats in the conversation when the eye test failed. I rated still.
No, I only did it, man, because man said he's not in it. So, but hey, 50 million for Zubimendi. Is this right, man? Transfer market. Can you go
15 mil?
50.
Oh, 50.
Is that something we can use as a indicator, or is it false news on that?
Is it weird to say, let's say we let Gomez go for 40 or 45, whatever they was talking about. Is it weird to say, yo, for 50 mil, bringing them in with all the midfield prospects? I feel like we'd have to let one of them fringe men go out the midfield.
You'd have to.
Yeah, it's what
I'm trying to say, because we have too many fringe men in there. Wouldn't you agree, man?
Yeah, the real thing with all of this, reason why most of our opinions are all different, or to what we was joking about earlier with what G was saying on his show compared to how confident or how happy he was about certain things. It's really it comes down to, I can't speak for G because for some players I know that G just doesn't think they got the ability at all, bro, like they're not good enough. So them people don't matter. But the ones that you think that they possibly have it but you don't know, the only difference between all of us is the fact that patience, bro.
Yeah.
Are you willing to wait? If you're willing to wait to see a whole season and possibly fail and be shit, then yeah. If you're not willing to wait, then you're talking about transfers now. And that's all it is.
No,
striker guys. 2 seasons of Nunez. Where we at? I don't think I've asked you, man. Where we at with him?
I said to Ends, man. I said to Ends because I'm very aware that me saying, "Oh, get rid of Nunez," ain't gonna get rid of Nunez, bro. So he plays for my team. I do like him. I just think on the ball sometimes he sucks, bro. But I've listened to enough stories. I've done my own research. This coach seems like is good in certain aspects. I'm still trying to find out where there's somebody saying anything negative about him, which is always worrying because there is going to be something negative about him, but nobody ever talks about that. He might have the ability not to fix everything about Nunez. I don't think Nunez is on the ball is going to ever be great. I just don't. Only because, like, come on, we've all played football, bro. He's a certain age now, bro. Like, you know what I mean? There's kids that get to a certain age that I'm like, yeah, you suck, bro. It's over with.
Wow.
But there was also kids in Sunday and Saturday league that looked shit, but they could rasp the ball in the back of the net, bro. That's all they could do. Yeah. And I said to Enz, what this guy might be able to teach Nunez is discipline more than anything. And if you've got the discipline to stay in and around the box, stop drifting out and trying to get involved in all the other stuff, then he might be able to all of a sudden, because we've seen on the preseason game so far, the ball has been cut across the box a few times now. It's across the goal. They're tappings. Now, it's funny because obviously everyone's going to say, well, we've seen Nunez miss tappings. But the law of average says, even if we see him miss a tapping in the season, he's probably going to tap in another 10, which it's still going to frustrate you, bro. But if he scores 10 and misses one open goal, then I'll take it. Because if he does that 3 times in the season, then he's scored 30 goals in it. It's fine.
Where you at, G?
Yeah, so I think I think with someone like Nunez, I think there's too much to do. And you already have a better striker at the club. So in my eyes, I'm like, why would I waste all of this time with this guy when I've already got a better striker and I've also got a youngster in Jayden Danns, who people talk about, you know, as someone for the potential for the future. So in my eyes, I'm like, yeah, like why would you go and do that, man? So either you go out there, just sign a better striker. There's quite a lot of those out there in football. Go and sign one, someone who can actually put the ball in the back of the net. It's what I said before. Slot system only works with the right profiles. Obviously, I have no idea how Nunez is going to do. It may change. He may be the right profile, but from what I've seen, it will be one of the biggest shocks in Slot's reign if Nunez is the right guy for him, in my personal opinion, because he looks like he needs a striker who can finish on a consistent kind of basis because of the chances that we create. Because we seem to create a lot of chances, you know, kind of thing. And I mean, obviously, I know Salah will still try to do his thing. I think you guys said Curtis Jones said something about Salah wants to assist more. So if that's the case, Salah's going to need someone who is a good finisher, like a really good finisher. And I think
a trusted guy in there.
Just a trusted guy. That's it.
Yeah, that is one thing I checked about the final stuff as well. Like, just saying that, like, in terms of creating chances, their team created more chances than anyone else, and so he is on this conversion rate thing, bro.
Okay, fairs. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Well, that's more to my point.
It's crazy that obviously I didn't look before because I weren't sure we're going to get him. But I was watching in some of them patterns and then I went to check if it was a thing, bro. And he don't really like, you know, like you see how we kept recycling the ball the other way last season and giving it to Kanate and Virgil Toldy. He kind of has like it seems to have this policy, bro. Like once you play the ball, he doesn't want it played back into the same spot ever, bro.
Oh, that's good.
You need to move it forward and progress it, bro. So I'm hoping on my final thought on Slot for the season. I just hope that he's got some of the abilities of the Zerbi because that's kind of football he looks like he's playing without the stubbornness, bro. Because
it's funny how people didn't want the Zerbi, but we're playing.
I remember me and you talking about it and they're saying the
yeah.
I don't think he does based off of the evidence of the preseason.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I like this thing. His interview was the same thing. When Zabiri asked me how I thought about the game earlier, and I said, like, I don't really like the fact I was giving up chances and that. He said straight away in the interview after the game, he's like, listen, I know a lot of people are focused on the result and we want to win, but I'm not happy about the amount of chances we gave up.
It's on it, bro.
Oh, he said that in his interview,
bro.
Yeah, he said that.
You know what's crazy about stuff like that? I'm like, thank you, because what then happens is when you go away, you saw 3-0. Now, obviously, it's preseason, so I'm not trying to get into that. But when people see 3-0 and you see the goals that we scored, outside of the goals, like I said in my stream, Liverpool weren't good. Like, man can't sit here and tell me we were good. No, we weren't good. Manchester United.
Yeah, out of all the games so far, this is the worst one to me. The Man U.
Oh, and by a country mile, like by a country.
I was just happy that we beat Man U because I don't like them.
Yeah, of course. And
but it's the sexiest scoreline thus far, which is crazy.
Exactly.
With the context, though, the partnership at the back was changing. The midfield pairing was different as well.
Yeah. No, you're right about that. Yeah.
It's just, we had that Sepp and Kwanzaa back. Yeah, them two have been moving good in the last two. So you could use that as context. That's all I wanted to.
Yeah, no, I do agree on that. And when I say it's the worst one, I don't even mean that they're all terrible. I just mean I like the other ones better. I've seen different patterns and stuff in those ones I liked a little bit better. But yeah, man, he seems to be that guy, man. He's I know, bro, cause I heard him in his interviews talking about Klopp and Guardiola from 2 seasons ago, and that's the people he seemed to have been studying at the time. And we see how Guardiola is, bro. I've seen, bro. You see all the stories and that. Man win 4-0, still be pissed off with you on that, bro.
Yeah, telling you, bro, you should have passed it last time.
I like it though, but he does keep players on their toes, blood. Keeps them stops them resting on their laurels on it. And I don't think he's come to the Prem to be taken for a dickhead. He surely knows on it that man are just like, who's this guy? Because it's not, if it's YouTubers saying it, that's fine, but it's like pundits and all these big channels and Talk Sport and all that, bruv. Like, yo, who's this guy? Is nobody, blood. So he obviously would know that, blood.
To punch up some teams. But these results, I know they're only preseason, but you want to win games in preseason, innit? You don't want to lose games. Momentum is a big thing as well, and confidence is a big thing. And a little scalp on your opponents that you're going to face in the season as well. Let them know, like, yo, listen, I know it's a preseason thing, but yeah, you know, we carved you man up a couple of times still. Arsenal pretty much their first team apart from Saliba, Rice, and Saka.
Yeah.
Even them as well, bro. They're like, hold on a minute. So even if we add these guys, we'll say, well, we can add as well.
Yeah, I wish this wasn't the season with thingy, man. With the Euros and the Copa America and all that stuff, man. It'd be nice if it was a different season on it, so we could have all the players from the beginning. Yeah, man.
Can I ask you, man, a question? So Yaros and Kelleher, and this is where we can burn up stats. These men had 4 saves in the game. For Kelleher, all of his passes was accurate. Yeah. Why isn't his rating higher than a 7 on these rating sites?
I have no clue.
I don't know. That's one.
Like what more is he supposed to do? He saved everything, and all of his passes connect. Surely that's a great performance where a keeper will get like an 8 out of 10 or a 9 out of 10.
I couldn't answer you, bro, because you got a clean sheet as well. It doesn't make. I don't know what did Yaros get.
Bro, let me go look again, bro. It's not that much different.
No, because I'm saying that the reason why I'm asking what you got because they're both because they didn't finish the game.
Yaros got 7.3.
And what did Kelleher get?
And Yaros passing is 75%. Kelleher passing was 100%. Yaros got 7.3. Kelleher got 6.4.
That's the reason why when me and Enzo were doing rating shows before, man were jumping in like, oh, well, Sofa Score said, bruv, I don't care, blood.
No, but like I said, I've checked it across multiple sites, and they're within 0.1, 0.2 of what I just read to you.
Is there a thing on these websites, like a tab for how they break the points down?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Never actually checked that. Because I would like to know what.
Well, if you're asking for how they rate these men, yeah, like, it makes sense. But nah, bro, I think it's just some dickhead, like, not us, but just some random man going, Kelleher. Oh, damn, I didn't do anything. All right, I'll just give him a 6.4. I feel like that's what it is.
You know, when it comes up with all the different things in the game, I wanted to take all of the percentages and then come up with an average from the percentage.
But Savage, you're talking about 100% save, 100% passing, no errors. That's 10 out of 10 performance then. Even the one when he said he said at the end, and he said, I saved it. The Rashford one. Said round still, but I ain't gonna be telling man that's a corner. Yaro's passing percentage is lower than Kelleher, and he got 7.3. So I think it's just some random man that going, rah, Kelleher, damn, yeah, he was playing. He's not the greatest in the world, so 6.4. Like, I just wanted to point that out to the stats, even though I'm a stats guy, it's looking shaky these days.
Yeah, there's an advert to say don't use them, bro.
Yeah, so anyone that love digging up the stats, like myself and Ends, use it.
I use it to troll, bro. I use it to troll, man.
I think you know what's mad about those kind of things. I think you can still use them. They're very, very good, and you do kind of need them anyway. But I'm not going to look at the ratings. I think you will just start talking about like, let me just look at how many saves.
Yeah. With these though, it makes you wonder, bro. Like, what else are they getting wrong? You know, like sometimes you're like, bro, I did see him make 3 saves, but they're saying he only made 2. Are they right? What did I see? And they did.
Yeah, it would be good if they told us what they deem. If they did that, I've got no problems with your rating them.
That's what I mean. Some sites will tell you the governing body they're using it because, for realistically, if we're doing not content creating and we're doing like Premier League games and that, then we should only use whatever's up to stats.
Premier League, innit?
Yeah. If it's not up to, then just allow it.
But then even with Opta as well, brother, it's still people as well. From what I
I'm
was
gonna go
told.
see what Opta.
No, it is. But at least it's regulated from the Prem, so everything's gonna be, even if like everything was off by
Positive.
one, it's gonna be off by one every week, and it, you know, like using shit scales, bruv. Might as well just use the same. Even if it's like £2 off, just use the same scale every day, bruv. Either way, it's still gonna balance out. But yeah, it's I don't know, but it's a bit weird still.
That's mad, bro. I test so that's in it.
Yeah.
Now, you know, I'm looking at Zuberman. Hey, you know what I mean? Might get him in the double pivot, man. 50 million
Good
euros.
player, man. He's a good player, man.
We ain't even looking at him, I guarantee you, bro. We ain't even care about that.
Yeah, you know how Liverpool move. They'll wait till he turns up at Man City, brother, and then say, "Why did we get him?" You know them ones.
I feel like Liverpool are generally going to get someone that we're all going to be like, all right, okay. Let's do the Googles.
Do you think it's someone that we're actually linked to either? It's like someone that is not left field, but you're like, oh my days, I can't believe we just signed him.
What, like a good Oh My Days or just like an Oh My Days?
Yeah, no, a good one. But we're not linked with this guy, so we never had him in the forefront in going, oh yeah, I think we should sign this guy.
Honestly, Enz, I pray. Like, see that moment where you're like, oh my God, say swear we just signed. That's the I want that. I'm dying to get that kind of feeling with a signing. But the reality is, man's more likely to get, even though I know he's gone West Ham, we're more likely to get like a Somerville type of player, and you're like, oh, okay, yeah, cool.
At least he's a good backup for Bo. Yeah,
exactly. You end up just saying shit like that. It's like,
I do think we'll sign. Yeah, I do think we'll sign. If it'll be what En said. It'll be like, oh my God, we got him, but it'll just be the wrong position.
Oh my days, don't do that.
That's like a goalie or some shit like.
No, because you know what happened when we signed, like, once we had signed Szoboszlai and Gravenberch and Gakpo and all them over them 2 seasons. After a bit, all everyone kept saying is, you got Gakpo in that, bro, but we didn't need him.
There was that we didn't need him. Yeah, no, there was that we didn't need him.
Yeah, that's all the man kept saying. And also, and Enz knows this. You pussios from last. I know Zamiri loves Gakpo anyway. You pussios from last season. Enz, you see how everyone's speaking about Gakpo now?
Yeah.
Do you remember around Christmas time? Man was
Euros.
trying to throw him in the. I'm talking about throw him in the bin.
Why is he 6'4"? He's not strong enough. He ain't fast. Why is he at the club? Get him out. I'll sell him for 10 mil. I see even some comments, bro. Man was like 10 mil, 5 mil. No, someone even said euros, bro.
But there was a whole week or 2 weeks here where he was bare man's thumbnail on that Redmen TV and all that. Just we got a Gakpo problem and that, bro. And then he got to the end of the season, played 3 good games.
This is why.
You see why I'm the way I am now, man, because they're cooking the guy who won a golden boot in the only trophy we got last season. That is the definition of undervaluing our player.
Bro,
so you
got the golden boot in the only trophy we won last season, and you want to sell him for 5 mil, dickheads.
You rate Minamino in that?
Listen,
Minamino had his purpose.
2 golden boot.
He had his
I ain't
purpose.
gonna lie. I just wish Minamino was a stronger youth blood. And I would have kept. I love
Wait,
that.
I'm just saying. So are we upset that Minamino's gone? Like, do you think we should?
No. Upset? No. The price value, it was always gonna be a profit because we got him for like 7 points, something, and we let him go for like 15 to 20 there. So that's always gonna be a profit. The Minamino one for me isn't that bad. So, bro, when we bring in man in, bro, we need to just all I'm saying, the fans need to really appreciate the value of the players. I'm not saying they're good enough for the team or anything. Just value the man.
Minamino, man. You know what I love about Minamino, bro? As soon as man done the Minamino thing and that, as soon as man were linked to keep Kubo and that, man's like, you know what? He reminds me of Minamino. I'm like, you man are racist, blood. You don't remind me of no one, bro. Don't even play the same, blood. Don't even play the same at all, bro.
Do you think it could be him then? Because it's gone quiet on that front now. Do you think it could just be him?
Could be, man. He's got a swassive forehead, hasn't he? Anyway, continue.
Who?
Kubo.
Kubo. Could it be him? Like,
yeah, I promise. It's probably somebody that we've been linked to. It went quiet, and then no one else has got involved in it. And then like, yeah, behind the scene, we'll just lock this up, blood. All right, everyone pick a player, bruv, and you have to do with a bit of realism. Which means don't be coming out with a 100 mil player.
Yeah.
Don't tell me Musiala or
young
Kudos.
Young 50 million. Yeah, 50 million euro team.
I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say Edison.
Who?
Edison.
Okay.
Is
Which
he
one's
good?
been
Okay, and you know what I said, Xavier? I don't. Let me watch it. No. That's why when you guys are rating, I respect you guys' opinion on footballers here. But is he good on like the half turn? Because this is the thing that people are moaning at Chris Jones at the moment on. You know, taking it and receiving on the half turn.
Yeah, he's good at it.
Right.
And all the factors what man like in thingy Wataru, but feel like he's not mobile enough. He's got that with the mobility, bruv, and he's strong as shit. So
you watch the compilation to get gas. So,
as said, Paco or Edison as well.
That's
I'm going to throw a left field one. Eze.
Oh, bruv. I'd be so fair. Hey, G, don't do that to me, you know.
I'm gonna just, you know what I say, Eze? Yeah, it's because in my head, the Gordon thing will end up being so expensive that they'll be like, bro, I don't even really rate you that highly. And then Eze will just be chilling there, not left, come back from preseason. Liverpool put in a cheeky 50 million plus add-on bid. Now you got Eze. You could play.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. You see all that specialist 10 talk and that? Sorry, whoever's in there.
yeah, of course. Yeah, you're out. Yeah.
And said, no, you're not good enough. Get out the 10 still.
yeah.
Get Eze.
Red for Life said Kubo and Neto. Bro, you know my feeling on Neto, bro. For me, Neto, without a mashup, one of the best wingers in the world, bro. But when it's, bro, that man has, I swear he replaced his calf with his knee and his knee with his big toe or something. Bloody. It's a long day from bro.
The reason why man weren't really going for Neto like that.
Yeah. Because I seen Arsenal link for him as well. So yeah, man, he'll break down for you real quick, bro.
Okay. I'm going to say Bramthwaite. We need a centre back, innit? So everyone wants a centre back.
Bro, we are definitely not signing
him. From Stanley Parker now across the way, blood.
Give him left-footed in that. Young John.
You think the new manager wants to start his reign by signing players from Everton? Hey, he's asking for trouble, you know.
Hey, man, he's already got the coach in it. Fucking high.
You know what? But you know where it's like, it's coach. We ain't got to see.
I hear it.
No one really paying attention.
It's not like an Everton player that they don't want. It's one of the best players.
Bro, literally one of their best players.
Luke B said, from what I've seen in the slot system, I think Edison will be good in the pivot. Would love to see Kubo at the club to be Salah rotation on the study. Yeah. To be fair, we're saying one person. It could be more than one, but what about you, Zabir? You think anyone, no?
That we'll bring in?
Yeah.
No, I don't think we'll sign anyone this window.
Hey, yo, Bon Zubimendi, bro. Bring in Edison to offer the combination thing still.
Is it GM?
Nah, still, you know when you get it's combination.
It'll mash man up as well, blood. This geezer's a geezer.
Nah, this man is sorry, Zabir. Apologies.
No. It's no. It's fine. Like I said, I don't think we should or will sign anyone, and to me, it's the smartest play. You can't come in building a team without properly assessing what you have. Now, do I think we should sign someone in January? Yeah, after a full 6-month assessment has been done. Because, bro, you don't want to sell men now, bro, and you haven't really properly valued what they are. We're making up transfer window numbers now. We don't know the price tag of our players because we have them so long. We don't know what their real value is. We're going to say Salah is a 60 mil player. What price tag we're putting on Virgil?
Zabir, you good, bro?
No, I'm good, man. What are you talking about, bro?
We're trying to have a little bit of fun in that. You start coming with voice of reason, bro. You're not
sorry. I apologize. I apologize.
Book saying right, bro. So I have to tell you what's in the books before we can get. That's what you did.
I apologize. The player I want already left, so it kind of left me in a dead zone.
Who's that?
The Luis guy went to Juve. I think he went to Juve. Yeah. So because the player I wanted, I'm doing the club thing. The player I wanted went elsewhere. I'm good, bro. I'm back in the.
Oh, you're trying to hinder us. You're trying to do the hinder thing, like look, I heard.
Yeah. I'm doing the club thing, bro. Because the player I wanted went somewhere else. So what am I supposed to do? Go find a backup? That's too much work, man.
One second, we start every midfield from Matt for Rodri. Bro, you think Rodri could manage our midfield on his own? Bro? He'll die, bro.
You know who
also rate Onana as well, but I don't think. You know what I mean? It's there.
And he gone to Villa?
Yeah, but like I said, the players I want already moved, bro. So what am I going to go do more research? Nah, bro, I'm good.
Onana.
Yeah.
Bro, I wanted him as well, you know.
It is
What
good.
ends?
I like him.
All the players I want went, so I'm not gonna play no D choice with Zubamendi.
Listen, man, it was a little fun game, innit? I didn't need you to start telling me like I know that you play as a god, so pick a different one in it, but fuck it, bro.
But that's how we end up the D choice, bro. I don't want to pick no D man, bro. A, B, and C went.
Yeah, but it's not like if you pick them, Liverpool's gonna pick them. It's just for the stream, bro.
Yeah, but like I said, it was Louise, it was Onana. Now we're into C choice and D choice, bro. I'm good off that, bro. My research didn't go that far. Left back, Estupinian, I think, can give Simi a run for his money, or even Robinson. You know me and Robinson. Me and Robinson, we go way back. But
I hear it.
that's it, man. I think the youngsters in the other position has stepped up well. I do feel Diaz for Salah is a good rotation, by the way, which will bring me to not sign a right winger also. So there's that.
Yeah, I hear it, man. I'm not mad at it still. We'll see, man.
Eze over Carvalho is a shout still, you know. But I don't know.
How much
That's not
is
even a
it?
shout. That's a
Whoa. You say Eze over Carvalho is a shout, blood. That's a
No,
stream.
the reason why I'm
That's
saying
not
the reason why I'm saying a shout. So let's say we do a swap deal, right? Let's say we do a swap deal, Eze for Carvalho, right?
with money on top.
Yeah,
No.
obviously. No, but what I'm trying to say is we do that swap, G, yeah? And
Mhm.
Carvalho goes to do the same thing Eze was doing over there, but Eze come over here and don't really strike us. You see what I'm trying to say? It's that's what I'm saying. It's kind of in the air.
Or you look at it positively and you say Eze becomes the player that we know he will always become, which is one of the best players in the Premier League. That's, you know what I'm saying? That's what.
Yeah, the only thing
Why are you so negative? Like, this is so
yeah,
different.
for me, the only thing I can hold Eze back is if he got injured, but apart from that, blood, there ain't no him and Carvalho shout, blood, or nothing. Blood.
No.
Yeah.
I'm not saying the player.
No, I know what you're saying. I know. Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
you.
because
Yeah,
if Carvalho goes there and does Eze stuff, and Eze come here and don't move the needle, we're still back at square one.
Yeah, Sabir said, man, respect the players, bro.
If Carvalho scores against Sevilla, how many days? I'll say how many hours before there's a picture of Coutinho and Carvalho in someone's thumbnail, blood.
Hold on. Oh, thumbnail. I was gonna say there's already a compilation of it now.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Savage, I told you, man. No, you see if he comes on Savage and does like a little cheeky flick like Bobby against Sevilla.
All I'm saying is, if he was black, bro, they would never compare him to Coutinho, bro. Yeah, man, they're just small and similar skin tones, bro. That's what it is, bro.
No, I swear he got Spanish. Brazilian.
No, but
thing in the
Carvalho's
DNA.
kind of darker in that, no? Is he?
Yeah, but they're not far off, bro. You know what I mean? You
Nah, the
wouldn't
man are
call Carvalho
Portuguese. The man speak the Portuguese.
Here and there.
Yeah. But I just know, man. Like, yeah, I mean, Coutinho's special.
You know
Boys.
what? Hey, Sav, yeah, I'm on board.
You man start drunk on Edison compilations, but
I told you, bro. I do what the man them do, bro. We watch a compilation and come and tell you.
you what? Breaking news: Joe Gomez
Nah,
committed wants to emerge as a key player, bro.
Benz, you
man,
sold
like-
me out, bro. Remember during the World Cup, me and you was looking at the Canadian guy, Buchanan.
Buchanan, yeah. I was cooking. It was like,
Yeah, I can't trust comps after that ends because in the next Canadian game we saw man did nothing, bro. I'm like,
I said, nah, this ain't the same guy. This can't be the same guy. Nah, bro, I'm looking at because I ain't watched nothing about him in it. Because when they said, oh, he played against us, I said, when in midfield did he play?
Atalanta.
Yeah, when we played them, I said, I don't remember this guy playing. He must have been just
Who you talking about?
Edison.
innocent.
What, Atalanta?
Yeah,
Bro, yeah. He was there.
I just remember
But
that
he wasn't actually the one. He
Oh,
wasn't the
yeah.
one I was thinking of, though. It was the
No,
other
you know
one.
what it is? Because they just locked up us as a team. They locked us up. On it.
Yeah. It was more of a team thing.
disgusting.
I was too angry to care about any of their players' blood.
But yeah, now I'm sold. I'm sold.
I hear it, man.
Hey, in the double pivot, him and McAllister, it's a long day, you know.
Yeah.
Who's playing number 10?
Hey, Sobo, innit? That's push for Sobo to get it.
Okay, so no Elliot. No.
Was that McAllister and
Edison.
we need to, maybe for another stream, we need to talk about the future of Elliott and Jones, because I feel like the two of them can't really be.
He said we can't use both of them at all, bro.
I mean, it's either one or the other, bro. And I don't feel like we should just have the other.
I know you asked that question earlier, but I don't understand why you keep putting them together when they don't play in the same spot.
No. The thing is, none
Space.
of them for me is nailed down in anywhere.
By the question I gave you earlier, no one's nailed on. You see what happens, bro?
You know what I don't understand, yeah? Sorry to go to, but what Demo just put there about the Joe Gomez thing, yeah? I'm just like, you know what? It's so cute that all of you want to be key players under this manager, bro. But you know there's literally only 11 players that can play in this team.
I'll tell you what's happened there, bro. If he's saying that he wants to do that at Liverpool, man's realised that he said, listen, I'm a good agent that. Maybe I won't ever get a better club than Liverpool, and my wage is all right still. So fuck it. Bro.
You know what? Them ones there, bro. Secure the club. Yeah,
but I don't want to play like that, though. I can't lie. We had Origi for that. I don't want that.
I hear it still, but at least with because Origi was in one spot, and Gomez, if he decides to stay, he can just act like, yeah, I'll do whatever, Gaffer, just to get on the pitch. You will never notice. He's never going to tell you that, bro. But
I feel like that's what I have CJ as, bro. Just a Liverpool man that's just around, bro. I don't want a man that's just around.
Are you saying if he's not Scouser, he wouldn't be in the team? Is that what you're saying?
I 100%.
I definitely think he would be given. He's been given a lot more leeway for being that. But yeah, because I feel like a player of his level, I feel like we've seen Zabiri said something. I think I was listening to your stream earlier, and you said something about that Donny's played over 100 games. And we cannot pinpoint really anything about this player to really say that's CJ right there, kind of thing. Like, and for us to at least say, okay, you know what, CJ is very good or whatever he does, blah blah blah. I don't want no one else to come in to do that role. I feel like with CJ, it's always like, even if he's in and out of the squad, he gets injured. You're always like, yeah, but you know, the other guy could easily play that position. I shouldn't really have to say that about you. Not when you've been here this long and you played this amount of games. Like, I shouldn't be sitting here saying, yeah, but when he comes in, he's wet. Nah, because I don't say that about. I'm not saying every position is going to have that.
No, I hear it. I think without injuries, you'd know already. That's not me.
But Sam, it's just been a long time.
I think you would know, because even over the 100 games and that, like, they're not all going to be starts and that. But I just think you would know. And I don't mean it in a bad way, because I'm saying even on your side, bro, you would know by now. He would either be at the club because you know by now he's good enough, or he wouldn't be at the club because they would have sold him because they've realized he's just not good enough, bro. But because when you have a stagnant career and it's in and out, you can't choose what part of the season you're injured in that. So sometimes you get lucky with that as well. When everyone's talking about new players and that, you're in the rehab, so no one's even looking at you, bro. Like, yeah, you know what I mean? He'll blah blah blah, and then they sign a new contract and that. But Robert said Eze 26, no man wanted him 5 years ago. Carvalho's still 21. I mean, to be fair to Eze, he was at QPR, wasn't he?
First of all, he was at QPR, and I definitely wanted him when he moved.
Yeah, he's a known. He's a
bad boy. Hey, don't project your.
We'll see, though, man. We'll see. Listen, the good thing about these conversations is, like, none of us know. It's kind of a beautiful thing, and you always hope for the best on it. And if you think something negative about a player, then you're probably hoping going into the season you're proven wrong, because it means Liverpool's doing well. And that's how I think about everyone. That's why when G said about, like, oh yeah, if there must be a miracle or something for Nunez, bro, I hope there's a miracle, bro. Of course I do, because I don't want to see shit football anywhere, bro. I don't know. Some man Zabiri seems like they want Curtis to be shit so they can get rid of him, but hey, it's not the point, blood. Genders be agenda in this stuff. You know what I'm saying?
No, we just want to know, right, G? We just want to know, bro.
Well, don't bring G with you, bro. I'm talking to you.
No, bro, but that's the whole, bro. Nah, bro. Do you man realize we've been debating intensely about not knowing what certain man is? Curtis is among that certain man as well. That's
but we weren't debating
insane, though.
You say that, but we weren't debating intensely about Curtis. We was debating intensely about
no, about other guys.
But your agenda always brings Curtis's name back out, bro. You can't help it. It's in your blood. You can't help it, bro. It's fine, man. I understand, bro.
Do you know when it started, from when the Ranger pass comment?
I know, that's what I said to him. That's what I said to him.
What are we talking about?
That's what I said to him earlier, bro.
No, that's when the agenda started from.
I'm telling you, bro. Midway through the season, I hear it, man. Zabiri he's a man that knows what he wants in it, and he just wants what he wants. He doesn't care about how good he does. Man, just like, the 5-yard pass is on, but you should spray the ball because I want to see you rain.
You know what's dope.
Zabiri said, nah, it was good, but I need him to spray a pass. Like,
but you know what's dope. Then what happens is Trent sprays the pass, and man go, Trent, stop spraying the pass, blood.
No, but you know what's dope, yeah? With that, you might have failing to realize. I wanted Liverpool to give some players that isn't playing for a good team but have qualities to play for a good team. and I throw the name Endo out there, and we give an Endo an opportunity, man, come in and win a trophy. So maybe sometimes you can just say Zubiri knows what's best for the club.
What?
Listen.
I mean, if that's
G was like,
excuse me.
So maybe
I'm glad you enjoy that one, G. I'm glad you enjoy that one.
Well, you know, I'm looking at something online here, and all I heard was him say that. Well, maybe I know the best for the club. I was like, what did I just miss?
Nah, but you know, it's good, man, and that's what I love about football, and that's why I love some of these conversations. You know, to bring in a fringe man, and a fringe man can win a trophy. It's not the biggest trophy, but it still holds weight. Jones, Ranger passing, okay, maybe the context of the game doesn't dictate that, but you know, it's all about what you like as a football fan, and you know, sticking with that, not getting rattled or getting, you know, going back and forth between what you say you like and what you don't like and contradicting yourself. I like what I like about football. Ends like what he likes with the eye test. You know what I mean? G, if you feel like Zubimendi is the guy, I feel like I'm now obligated to go follow his team to see what is out there. Because to me personally, I wouldn't have put him on top 5. Personally, I wouldn't have put him
top 5. Top 5, by the way.
Don't waste your time, bro. Go and watch Edison, bro. That's what you need to.
Listen, don't worry about Edison, because next season, if he doesn't leave, he will be gone.
I mean, go watch Edison.
See, you know, he ends. You ready? Listen, you're saying Zubimendi for a reason.
No,
but G, I did. My top pick would have been Luis, and then second to that would have been Onana, and like I said, the guys in the other leagues, personally, there were only few of them that I'd be like, yo, that guy's the guy, because I don't really watch the other leagues, so I don't even want to pretend.
Yeah, we realize now why Douglas want to come Liverpool, and he wanted that his and hers contract. But that was dickhead club. But
I thought they split up. Did they take a break and come back?
They signed the first his and hers contract in football. Crazy.
No, what I'm saying, I thought they broke up because she went the other way.
No, she was already a lesbian, and then she got with him, and then she went back, but now she's back with him again.
No, I rate it.
Crazy, man. Yeah, man. She's decent food. She's decent food. Dumplings. You know what I mean? Anyway. Get the hell out of here, bro. I swear, I feel like I've been streaming for a whole day, blood, and I got another stream.
Savage, you lied to the people in the beginning of the stream. You think I was gonna let that slide?
Lie, I got another stream in 9 minutes, blood.
So you just out here lying, talking about you ain't got energy, but you're doing all these big streams in it,
bro.
Oh, you run the no energy thing. Who else?
Bro, man came in, Zubiri, run the intro, got no energy. I'm like, rah.
Listen,
it's gonna be a 30-minute stream. 3 hours later, I got another stream in 9 minutes.
From 4:15 the previous day, I'm still awake, blood. So that's all I need to know about that. So I just decided to run on the empty and then go the other way around, didn't it? So I'm just gonna do everything I need to do and then sort everything out. Yeah. You know them ones, bro. If you know what, there's a certain period in it. If you go to sleep when it was 7 a.m. when I finished editing wrestling videos, that period there, you have to decide on it. Go sleep. And you'll wake up, mash up, bro, with sore eyes and all of that, blood. Or just
eyes stinging.
Yeah, bro. Hit the next life, bro. So that's what I did, man. But yeah, big up to you in the chat, man. Love for the love. Hit the subscribe button if you want to. If you don't, your mum. Feel the Mandem on the panel. I don't know what everyone's got coming up, but we'll subscribe to the Mandem anyway. Anyone got videos tomorrow coming up? No? Or you don't know yet?
I actually don't even know. I'll see you come this evening still.
Yeah, man. Just subscribe and hit the notification bell. That way you don't have to check, blood. They just come up on your thing. You know what I'm saying? So, Zabiri NSG, thanks very much, blood. It's a long stream still, man, but it's fun. Oh, blood.
Oh, no, don't do that. If I see your energy high in your next stream, fam, I'm cooking you.
It's a wrestling stream, blood. You know what I mean? Roman Reigns.
Nah, bro, I'm cooking you.
Hey,
bro.
man, loud me, blood.
Oh, my God.